Welcome everyone to CEOtaku here at Melty Blood Type Lumina Top 8. My name is Saki Sakura, joined with me with Vox. How you doing?
Good morning, everybody. I'm doing good.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are in for a hype Top 8. Let me tell you, I'm looking super excited. This is probably the highlight of my weekend, being able to see some strong competition. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket for our Top 8. We're going to be looking at first Scrawtvermillion versus Medusa, followed by Masoma versus Lucy on the Heaven side of the bracket. Over on the Hell side, we're going to be seeing Lunar versus Mcconnell, as well as followed by Yuli versus Infinity.
Yes. So I know a lot of people were expecting Scrawt and Masoma to be on the winner's side because they're probably number 1, number 2 in North America with their combined results. I know Scrawt I think he got 4th at Evo, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he got 4th at Evo. But even though that happened, he still placed like top 1, top 2 every Type Lumina major. Masoma usually gets the same top 1, top 2, top 3 sometimes, depending on who he fights. Yes, he won ECT recently that we commentated. Medusa, they got top 8 at CEO earlier this year. Lucy, I believe they also...
It's been a little bit since I seen Lucy, but I believe I was at Combo Breaker, also saw it.
Yes.
Saw her as well. Making that top 8. And then, of course, we have on the Heaven side of the bracket, Lunar, who was actually just in the top 8 for Grand Blue.
Yes.
So a very bit much a powerhouse as far as a competitor is concerned across all these games. And then we have, of course, Yui from Puerto Rico, who's also, I believe, not sure if this is her first CEOtaku, but
I think so.
Oh, yes. There you go. Top 8 already for some of these players, which is really awesome to see. Something to note for this upcoming match that we're going to be seeing between Scrawtvermillion versus Medusa, Scrawt's been using Noel. Yes,
Scrawt, since the patch around August 19th or so, that's when they made a lot of major changes to the system mechanics. Low shield losing to standing mids, high shield obviously losing to lows. They made a lot of changes because a lot of people were thinking like low shield's too strong, so they they made the changes where charge standing mid crushes low shield, it gives you a fatal combo. If you do a normal standing mid, you get into a failed block state, you get some chip damage, you lose moon gauge. So your offense gets to continue as normal, but you have to use the correct standing shield for the standing normals. And then there's a lot of like small character changes, Noel being one of the ones where a lot of people are like, her pressure feels a lot stronger now. She kind of is overwhelming near the corner because black keys give a lot of plus frames. Her pressure is kind of hard to jump out or mash from, but outside of that, big normals. She has a real DP now, so she can test stuff on Wake Up. And I guess Scrawt's other reasoning for picking up Noel is because she's cute, but that's a different story. Anyway, I think they're going into it. Noel versus Vlov.
Yeah, really interesting pick here. Of course, Medusa, no stranger to the Vlov pick as well. And here we go, a really strong start, and grabbing Medusa right there in the corner, going for the small jump to try to get the mix-up going.
All right, there's the knife. Medusa holding shield. Hey, all right, B follow-up hits. B follow-up is 0 on block, so you can't mash right away, but you have to be careful. If you have slower normals than the other character, you usually lose those exchanges.
I like the small little charge there to try to get some resources back. And then here we go, seeing the pressure we know and love from Noel. Oh, nice clash. 2 clashes using Moondrive to go ahead and just stop that interaction and reset it a little bit. Trying to back up here from Medusa's side.
Confirm. Nice. He picks it up off the air hit. That was a little strange, but Noel's 5B got a little bit better. It's more consistent hitting people in the air, so he can pick up the confirms there. Yep, Moon skill key. All right, I don't think Scrawt's going to spend Moondrive, but he'll spend 1 bar. Push Medusa near the corner. Hey, 1, 2, safe jump auto-timed.
Very, very nice. And going for that throw there. Oh, whipping the throw, and Medusa responding back with his own throw. Another one, but taking out the side corner. Not sure if I agree with that, as that might be a little bit of a risk there.
Yeah, like letting Scrawt run free. Okay, there we go. Yep. Once again, another confirm with Moon Skill Black Key for her. Might spin it at the bar. Auto time safe jump. 1, 2. All right. Jump C. No response from Medusa. Medusa down back in pretty well. Low shield. Decided to do a launcher. BC goes through it. And that's the pressure that Noel has. She's able to, a lot of her pressure spaces her out from heat, a lot of DP reversals, so it makes it easier for you to run your pressure, not really worry about the defensive mechanics that the game gives you. Because she spaces you so far, you're like, oh, I'll just heat from here. She's already like halfway across the screen. You're like, oh, I whiffed, I got punished, I lost a round. So let's see what Medusa decides to do. Oh,
Okay, patiently waiting on the BC counter, but not going to be able to fully get a conversion off of that. Going to try to go ahead and use a projectile here, activating Moondrive in the process. But Scraw's just playing it patient right now, using the B follow-up and catching it with that key.
The EX black key is really good at chasing backdashes, so if you try to escape her pressure and she sees it, as long as she has one bar, she can make sure that you don't want to do that anytime she has meter.
100%. And this is, again, what you were talking about, Noel's ranges and her pokes. It's that disjointed range that it's a little bit harder to challenge, a little bit more riskier to challenge as well.
Yes. All right, let's see which side this lands on. Lands in front. Medusa tried to press the button, got hit by 2A first. Vlov, one of his weaknesses is that he does have slower normals than most of the cast. His fastest normal is 7 frames. On average, well, the fastest normal in the game is 5 frames. So, he doesn't get the privilege of just being able to mash right away. A lot of setups do make him vulnerable up close, but this is the spacing Vlov wants. He just wants to be able to, stomp. But if you use shields properly, you can advance forward, probably get a counter hit like Scrawt did right here.
Yep.
Get some meter. All right, safe jump 1, 2.
Oh, okay, nice response with the shield, but not going to get the launcher for it. And here we go again. This is where Scrawt wants to be right now against Medusa. That is a nice tech, but using the key EX edge there to actually continue the pressure. We're seeing a really good knockdown here from Scrawt as well.
Baiting heat, yep. Option selecting the heat, waiting to see what Medusa does. Plus frames. All right, staggering pressure a little bit. There it is.
There it is. And unfortunately, Scrawt not able to really call it out there, but that at least allows Medusa to get out of the corner. And we are in ice status right now for Medusa's Vlov. And into the arc drive, not going to be able to kill, but does enough damage to get the full string pressure back again.
All right. Oh, all right. So Vlov's stomp is really fast. If you're not already blocking low, you do usually get hit. That's where a lot of his confirms come from. It's people moving too early. Oh, anti-air record fatal Scrawt in the air. You normally get fataled while you're in the air because that's the status that you get. Where on the ground, normally you just get normal counter hit unless you're shielding. Oh, no unblockable there. Medusa just trying to score another hit. Yep. Another strength of Noel is that her key moves are a little bit backwards when she throws it. So you kind of escape people's like 2-way mashes or their throw attempts.
Yep, absolutely. And it's also a great way to also catch them off guard if they're trying to go for the backdash. Once again, that launcher is just whiffing. And that is the power of Noel that she has. And this is, of course, with about 2 bars, very close to getting another 3 bars into the moon drive, and that is just death. Scrawtvermillion taking it 2-0.
Yes, Scrawt did a setup in the corner there where he either, after black key, he creates small space in the corner where he gets a left, right, or high, low. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to block in that situation because you're expecting some trickery. But normally, he'll land in front, he'll try to like 5 AU, bait out your heat or your shield, and then depending on what happens, he'll either moon drive or he'll just like wait out the shield response.
Yep. Absolutely, and that was a fantastic game. We are going to see Scrawt still staying alive on the Heaven side, but it is not over yet for Medusa, as he will be heading down to the Hell side of the bracket, so you don't want to be missing those matches anytime soon. But up next, we're going to have the legend Masoma versus Lucy. Now, both of these players are powerhouses with their own characters. We have Masoma, who's on the Vlov, and then, of course, we have Lucy, who's on Roa as well. Yes,
Lucy, she also plays a myriad of characters. I know she plays Vlov. I know she also plays Coma, depending on the matchup. But usually it's a Roa for really high power situations like tournaments. She's also qualified for, I believe, from the Central.
I think it is Central.
Yes.
I think you are correct, yes.
Yeah, she made top 8, so she qualifies from the Central, but we'll see how that pans out later this year.
Absolutely.
But she's very strong. She enters a lot of net play tournaments. Usually gets top 3, top 2 as well.
Yeah, I believe I've seen her in Heatwave, Panic Shield Anonymous. So a lot of these, of course, amazing efforts to keep the community alive and well, filled with many tournaments to both welcome new expert players and even intermediate players as well.
Yes.
So it's going to be really exciting to see these matches. I will say that yesterday when I was commentating both of their pools, I feel like these pools were very much seeded with a lot of high-level players within.
Yes.
It was almost like pools didn't feel like pools. Pools felt like a sweat fest and like a blood full of water and all that jazz.
Some pools were definitely more stacked than others. It felt like, I think it was the second half of pools yesterday.
Yeah.
Felt like a lot of the stronger players were kind of like they were far enough away from each other, but they were still. It was still like, oh, this is already happening this early. That's kind of hard. Or this person's already here in the bracket. They already lost to this person's like, oh, that's kind of tough as well.
I remember seeing Masoma, speaking of which, Masoma's path included a couple of Vlov mirrors that were very much sweat fest, if I do say so myself, including taking down Fame 96, who had an amazing loser's path, but fell down to Lunar just short of top 8.
Yes.
So Masoma has been really just out here, and then of course has been in other games competing as well. A lot of these games here at CEOtaku have just been showing up. The community's been doing a really extremely good job keeping the strength open. Sounds like this is a button check between both players at the moment.
Yeah. All right, just making sure all the stuff works, even though you have button config and character select, but, you know.
Can never be too sure. Sometimes when you're playing different games, you're confusing A, B with, like, some other button from other games. I come from Mortal Kombat, so when I hop into Guilty Gear Strive and then into Melty, I'm like, so what am I referring this to again? Is it 1? Is it BC? Is it
right. All right, so it is Roa versus Vlov. Ooh, all right, round start 2-2A. Full confirm with meter, almost 4K. Safe jump incoming. Let's see what Lucy does in defense. All right, doesn't use any resources. Both Moondrive to stay safe. They don't want to get tagged by anything.
Okay, a little bit of the delay on the BC, but the clash, and Lucy's going to be able to win that clash interaction, getting the EX edge there.
All right. Lucy starts on pressure. There's a gap there, so Masoma holds 1D. Hey, lightning snipe. No meter on Lucy's side, so she's just going to do a mid-screen DP ender. Masoma neutral attacks. Backdashes away, trying to get some space. Uses a bar. Waiting to see what Lucy does, because she's probably going to try to snipe with lightning or low shield the projectiles. Oh, no!
Ooh, and that was a very nice pickup there from Masoma. Going to be able to cash out quite a bit. They're going to backdash, probably trying to bait Lucy from doing a DP or some wake-up option there.
Ooh, no anti-air shield. Backdashes away out of the corner. Air dashes over to 2C. Full confirm incoming. She might spin the bar. There it is. All right, let's see if the safe jump. Yep. Double jump. Oh! Caught Masoma trying to mash 5A. Masoma usually likes to do that fuzzy 5A. It's you're blocking in the corner, and if you don't block anything initially, you press your 5A to hit them out of their like fake setup.
Yep.
But if you do something like Lucy did, where she did air lightning, you get a confirm right after. But Masoma taking round 2 pretty early, similar to what he was doing before, but Lucy usually perceives in those situations because her meter management so far has been really good. Oh my god.
Shield back and forth between these two. That's how you know they're on that next layer, right? It's like these are the players that are like in each other's heads. We're seeing Lucy trying to navigate through this obstacle course right now. Masoma's just playing really strong defense, using the eye status on Vlov to be able to do so. Having to shield, trying to do the B follow-up and delaying it just a bit so that she can go ahead and backdash. Oh, Moondrive trying to avoid the fall recovery there.
Ooh, all right. Lucy didn't have access to BC there on pawn shielding the moon skill, but doesn't matter. She gets a clean hit. Is probably going to spend 1 meter to make sure she gets a proper knockdown. There we go. Oh, heat. Get a lot of that gray health back. Probably going to spend a bar here to keep pressure. No. All right, there we go. All right. Trying to see what Masoma would do in response, but goes back to making sure Masoma doesn't. Oh, there's low shield. Backdash away. High shield. Launcher. Masoma not ready to reshield back there, so he gets hit by the A follow from the air. Lucy doesn't have any meter, so this isn't that scary. Throw doesn't kill, but oh, she just got a bar.
Yeah, this is really nice stagger pressure right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but that is going to cost her there, as that's going to be a big punish for Masoma, who actually has 4 bars of meter right now to actually work with. And goes ahead and activates heat as well, and using the stomp to get that fast projectile and just cashing it all out. Sometimes as Vlov, that's what you got to do, and that helps win that situation.
Yes, Masoma using his projectiles to great benefit, because if done properly, you are not allowed to shield any of those stomp sequences. You're stuck blocking, and because there's like 6 seconds left and he had a lot of meter, he could just run out the clock, and Lucy couldn't really do anything there. But now, activates Moondrive, scores a hit with some meter. Stagger pressure once again. Roller pressure is really scary because you have to understand where you're allowed to jump, and then you have to worry about being thrown, because this is a strike throw heavy game.
Yep.
Characters like Roa make it really difficult for you to want to, aggress really hard, especially when he has a good DP, good zoning tools, good anti-zoning tools.
And the movement too, right?
Yes.
We're looking at all of these short air dashes that Lucy has been able to activate, and sometimes can even open you up, and there we go, right there, as we were just talking about it. Not going to be able to get the full OTG off of that, using Moondrive to avoid getting punished off of that move.
All right, good block from Masoma. Frame trapped. One more bar. Yeah, there we go. EX. Nice. All right. Lucy looking very dominant so far. And that's one of the... So the way the matchups in this game work so far seems that like the zoners are more or less quote-unquote the strongest characters because they do everything that normal characters do with good rush down, good pressure, but they also convert from full screen essentially. But Roa is sometimes seen as the quote-unquote anti-zoner because he has a move 236C with meter that snipes characters from full screen if they do any action that's not safe with Moondrive.
Yeah, absolutely. But we do see again this great round start that Masoma is having right now against Lucy. Making the adjustments possible, that's the one thing. It's about cornering Lucy's Roa right now and getting the mix in, and that is going to be a ton of damage. Oh, but no, dropping the combo just as we said that.
All right, Lucy.
Okay, opening up Lucy just in time.
Yep. Lucy probably tried to either throw or press 5A there. Got counter hit. And Masoma looking a lot better that round. Oh, Lucy not wanting to BC back or shield back. Masoma immediately doing BC after shielding. He's going to go for a mix-up here. Left, right, other side. Backdash away from DP or heat. Punishes the launcher afterwards. Gets hit by BDP. All right, low shield. Blocks it. Oh,
good call out on the air dash there from Masoma. Again, one thing that has been the adaptation from that first game was those air dashes getting opened up by Lucy in those moments. We are going to see those stomps happen again, and Lucy trying to maneuver out of these projectile obstacle course.
Masoma doing really well so far. He's holding on the moon drive in case something goes wrong. Unblockable. Yeah, there we go. Yep. That should be the end of the round, provided Masoma hits the confirm. He'll also build... Oh, it's close.
Oh,
it's still close.
The scaling.
Oh,
the
no.
Scaling.
Jump back, jump B. Lucy probably trying to move forward or jump, get hit on start up there. So you can see Masoma adjusting a lot better, not rushing too much. Because I know a lot of people are worried that, like, oh, Masoma usually sometimes loses game one in, like, an unlucky fashion sometimes.
Yep.
But then other times, you know, he adjusts pretty quickly. He's just wanting to make sure what your defensive habits are, how you respond to zoning. And there we go. All right. Lucy, also known for playing Vlov, trying to
switch.
Yeah, she does play Vlov at a very high level, and it's usually for matchups she dislikes. Not on like a character, but it's more like a personal matchup thing. Like, I don't like fighting this character. I'm just gonna go and fight fire with fire. So as you can see, we have a good old-fashioned Vlov mirror versus, you know, some of the best players in North America.
No, 100%. I could probably agree with this Vlov choice as well, considering that this is first to two for these matches that we're seeing in the top 8 before finals. Sometimes making those quick adjustments. Oh my God, the back and forth on the shield. I love seeing those interactions because that is where you know these players are trying to get into each other's heads, using heat activation, but Masoma not being able to let that happen, actually going ahead and responding quickly.
All right, Masoma gets a air dash confirm off the stomp, ends the round, very nice. And you can see that the first game for Masoma, he wasn't too shaken up about that. Game 2 came back pretty hard, and now he's looking in good form so far. Shield, launcher, yep, that's a punish on the clash during Moondrive, so that's one of the primary uses of Moondrive as the defender, is when someone activates Moondrive aggressively, they do a Moon skill, you clash, you Moondrive back. Oh my God, that was the launcher right after the close projectile. All right, full screen, gonna charge some. Double overhead, good block from Lucy, but right now she has to...
Oh, that's a punish off of the shield attempt, and Masoma's gonna get a nice chunky damage there. Close to 4K, yep, right there.
All right, backdashes away probably from heat activation. EX stomped. Trying to see what Lucy does in response. Moondrive activation to stay safe again. Lucy trying to get some sort of hit. She doesn't have any Moondrive available, but she has normal meter. Oh, Masoma holding low shield gets hit by super jump B. Now it's a good chance for Lucy. Probably the heat. Nope. Gonna charge, get a mix up. Keep pressure. She just realistically needs one hit. Oh, lands low shields at 2-2C.
Technically, both of them need just one hit confirm, one good opening and into conversion. And that is exactly what Masoma does in response to the A follow-up, getting the launching sequence. Has 2 bars of meter to actually go ahead and take care of it. And yep, does so indeed. Masoma taking it 2-1, I believe.
All right, good shit to Masoma. Bringing it back, playing really solid, making sure that a lot of his decisions weren't too hasty.
Yes.
He was willing to, in that last exchange, you saw him hold shield for a little bit. You didn't see him react right away. He waited till he saw Lucy probably hesitate and responding afterwards and doing a launcher. Because a lot of times when you shield somebody, you expect them to BC, but you have to look at their moon gauge, because if they get shielded, they try to BC. If they don't have that meter, you don't have to worry about that response usually.
Yep.
It's usually like the reshield process. It's like, okay, maybe they're just pressing shield or they're waiting for me to whiff shield to punish me. It's like that small mind game that makes playing Lumina kind of hard for a lot of people, because they're just like, oh, I don't want to like constantly guess with this button. But at higher levels, when you play more, you understand the process, how people, personal habits of what do I do here, builds over the course of a match. And once you get that down, playing the game is a lot more
fun.
I didn't want to use the word fun because fun is subjective, but we'll use fun for now.
I definitely say it's fun. I love the RPS factor that can happen in Melty, especially like you mentioned in these high-level sets. And we saw that quite happen a lot, especially with some of the shield delays. What I really want to point out is that Lucy was doing a fantastic job with that Roa, especially keeping Masoma in check in a lot of those situations. One thing I wanted to point out too is that seeing her use her heat activation to gain back some of that health that she was losing out, and I believe game 1 or game 2, really shows how Melty isn't just this fast-paced, high-damaging game. Because as you can see, even with like Vlov being this zoner character, he dishes out quite a bit of damage with the right amount of resources. But it's not just about the damage; it's about regaining your composure, getting back into the neutral, and actually going ahead and playing this air footsie game that we know and love in Melty. So
yeah. So I know sometimes people don't know when to heat because there's a lot of things like option select. It's like, I get knocked down, I want to heat to get my life back or get my turn back. They they option select me, they shield my heat, and they're like, now I'm like dying again. So normally the best thing to do is if you have an abundant amount of meter, you'll try to do a combo where you spend a meter maybe sometimes you have a meterless combo that gets your life back safely. That's what's called, generally around here we call it that safe heat. There's no retaliation that can come from it. Afterwards, you're safe, you can regen health as long as you're not blocking. If you're hitting somebody else, then you're getting your life back. You stop the clock. That's the other important thing about having heat, is you kind of gain more time while nothing's going on. And then you try to build back your life lead, because sometimes people just try to heat as like a pseudo burst, so like get off me, even though they have close to full life, they'll tend to, heat, and then it's like, okay, you just lost all your meter because you didn't want to have to block, but now what do you do the next time you get hit? So like, there's like a big momentum shift every time people heat and get nothing out of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Up next, for our next match, we're actually moving down to the hell side of our bracket, and this is going to be Yui versus Infinity.
Yes, Yui playing Powered Ciel now? Yes. Yes,
Powered Ciel. One against Silent, if I'm not mistaken, to make it to top 8.
Yes.
That was, I believe, a 2-0 match. Very well done, Powered Ciel, if I do say so myself. I was watching that match before coming over to the top 8 side, and she's just doing exceptionally well. Again, I believe she was put into losers quite early before heading into top 24, so it has just been a grind to get into this top 8.
And then we also have Infinity. Infinity also known for playing, since the addition of Neco-Arc, he has been playing Neco-Arc on netplay exclusively.
Wait. Are we going to get a Neco-Arc in top 8?
Oh, no, that's not happening.
Oh,
he only plays Neco-Arc for netplay. He doesn't want to play Saber on netplay. He mains Saber. He's going to play Saber offline, so he doesn't mess up his timings, because offline and online are two different things. We're not getting the funny cat here. The funny cat is not happening.
I need the funny cat to power up. Everybody needs, listen, it is like having coffee in the morning. It allows you to wake up. Those Neco-Arc bot accounts you see on Twitter, to just see it on that timeline, and you're just like, it's gonna be a good day today.
I would rather not drink coffee ever again if I could not see Neco-Arc ever again in my life. I would gladly make that trade. I would sacrifice my life for that.
You sportsu.
Okay, all right. So, Powered Ciel versus Saber. I know a lot of people don't know much about. They're button check. Like I heard Neco-Arc and I know this is button check. They're fist bumping. Oh, I want to yell at him. I want to yell at him so badly.
Let's go.
Come on, bro.
I'm so happy.
It's too early for this, bro.
I'm so like, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it right now. Let's go. Neco-Arc on the screen and CEOtaku top 8.
Can I just
versus
leave?
Powered Ciel. No, you can't leave. You're
Can I
gonna have to
leave?
sit through
Oh
this.
my god.
There we go.
All right, Infinity scores a hit. Does the auto combo relaunch? Jump A, C, air throw ender, ring meaty, that still hits. Yes, you have to shield that block. 2B, moondrive activation, shield, punish incoming. He's really gonna win this match, huh? All right, good chase, esports.
There you go. Okay, with the DP whiffing actually from Yui's end, but not gonna be able to punish. Those short range normals do hurt, but calling up the Neco-Arc army.
Yep. All right, there goes the tire Neco-Arc back there. You have to be careful. It only does one hit, but it still counts as a hitbox down there. All right, low shield. There we go.
There you go. Goes into the throw right there.
All right, beam, EX beam, full screen, calling the homies again, playing gotcha. There's some train down there. There's airborne homies, but Yui doing their best to not get hit. She's making sure to, oh no.
Ooh, the gotcha Neco-Arc already out.
Heat, shield.
Shielding heat and actually losing the throw.
Infinity, please, bro. Please just throw. Throw and play Saber, please, bro. I hate this. Oh my god. All right, beam, EX beam to stay safe, but you have to be careful. Yep. Charge 2C, low unblockable. Decides to heat too far. Even though Neco-Arc looks too small, she still has a normal size hitbox for the most part, so she doesn't go over a lot of standing normals.
Oh, that's a big difference from the previous game, I believe.
Yes, because that was a huge issue before trying to fight this character. However, her defense is her life total is the lowest in the game. Yes. I think it's 10,000. 10,000 or are the 10,500.
Something like that. I know heat health was adjusted, but Yui
yes.
saying, no, we're not going to lose to this. The first round was funny, but now we're getting in and doing so. Going for the esports here from Infinity.
Infinity not throwing out any beams. Oh, low shield gets blown up by charge 5B. All right, small charge from Yui. All right, she's getting her composure back, making sure that Infinity can't run around, summon Neco-Arcs, get gotcha lucked. High shield, BC from Yui. Jump B hits, no confirm. So now you can see, you see Infinity walking back, trying to either do laser or call gotcha.
Yep, and that's usually the mind game, or it's not the mind game, but rather the game plan for Neco-Arc because of how powerful that full screen overwhelming presence is. But Fox is just looking at
Infinity pick Saber. Tell him to pick Saber. Pick Saber, bro. You're killing me. Pick Saber.
He's thinking about it. He's
like, oh my god.
Should I?
Yes.
Should I not?
You're killing. He's doing this up. He knows. Oh.
He's like, all right. We're going back to Saber.
Okay. Oh my god.
I'm a very happy person.
He really threw away a game to play Neco-Arc, man.
That's the true Neco-Arc fashion. That's the power-up. You play Neco-Arc, then you play Saber, and you win the game.
I'm going to yell at him after
GG
this.
easy.
I'm going to yell at him. All right. Okay. So, we have Infinity's actual character on the screen. Should fare a lot better because her normals are actually real normals.
Yes, and she actually has health and damage and can actually get in just like we see here right now. And with a good Oki setup, gonna get that hard knockdown.
All right, double jump. All right, shields the jump B, but doesn't get any count hit afterwards. Yui gets her turn back. And you can see Infinity, 5C, Moondrive to stay safe. Lucky hits it by 5B. Oh my god. All right, just mashes his moon skill through. Yui doesn't respond correctly. Oh, TK moon skill DP gets a confirm afterwards. Might spend another bar. And there we go.
Yep, there's the other bar like you mentioned, and then going and dashing in to get the corner pressure. Tries to grab, but the shield into the DP, patiently waiting. That was a really good call out from Infinity. Gets the side switch, and then going for the mix-up. Very nice.
So usually if you try to stand shield too early, you'll face the wrong direction, and because Saber can air dash backwards after the jump, you're facing the wrong way to shield correctly, so you get fatal, and she gets a confirm. But Infinity gets hit here. All right, dash up. All right, Moondrive activation for Infinity, trying to see what's going on. Oh, nice jump A confirm. Oh, just kidding. We dropped those. All right, high shield BC. Yui not ready to shield back. Probably expecting to BC, but she didn't have enough moon gauge. Spin bar. A.
Yeah, Infinity looking really nice right now. Opening up Yui again with that low.
Yeah, Yui tried to fuzzy mash 5A, but got hit by 2A from Infinity. Last chance for Yui, double jump. Moondrive activation doesn't get anything. Escapes Oki that one time, but now you have to make sure you guess correctly, because if Infinity gets a clean hit, this round's over.
Yeah, this is one thing about Powered Ciel is just his full screen like dagger. Really hard to actually try to shield back and not be able to counter it, but goes for the throw, and there we go, using Moondrive to go ahead and waking up, and Infinity will be able to take this. Yep.
Yeah, and the other use for Moondrive is you have 2 to 3 frames of invincibility, so you will phase through normals, and if they do a normal that is not like an A normal that's mashable, you'll go through it, can mash afterwards, and get a clean hit.
Yep, absolutely. And it looks like they're discussing it. He knows. Infinity knows what he did.
Yeah.
The crimes that he committed with Neco-Arc. It's the power-ups.
That play rotted his brain. Oh my god. All right, so Infinity playing a lot better now. He's playing an actual character. But Yui she was doing all right there, but there's a lot of times where she would activate Moondrive, not get anything because she's just trying to see a mix-up as opposed to trusting her normal defense of just blocking a jump in, maybe trying to overdrive Moondrive through a normal. So if you can scout someone's like B and C normals, you can Moondrive through those, get a clean hit. But if they have Moondrive, they can also Moondrive back in response. That's one of the mind games that occurs. Sometimes you don't want to Moondrive to save it for later, but sometimes you just want to neutralize that situation on defense.
Yep, 100%. It's going ahead and shielding there, and there goes the Moondrive. Again, it's just that decision to just more use of defensive mechanic than just trying to get out of that corner instead of actually contesting some of Infinity's streams and actually countering.
All right, Yuri going to spend some meter to try to stay safe, push Infinity close to the corner. Chases the backdash for 2A. Should probably spend a bar. There we go. All right, let's see what the mix-up here is after air throw. It's either double jump normal or empty jump land. Oh, Excalibur dive trying to bait out his shield or normal. High shield BC. Yui not ready to shield back. She doesn't have enough moon gauge to BC back herself.
Yep.
Spin one. Oh. All right, throw ends the round here, so Yui has to be careful. Dash up throw, yeah.
Yep. A mix-up in and of itself, definitely conditioning Yui to try to block some of these situations in the corner, and Infinity capitalizing it with that strike throw.
The 97-second heats. That's one of those heats where it's like, I messed up, I need to play the game right now.
Yeah.
But Yui's she's got to make the best of this because, oh, wait, it's still 97 seconds because he's still going on. Oh my god. Jump shield, BC back, nice. Punish on the B follow-up. B follow-ups are punishable if you block them in the air. So you have to be careful when you decide to do that and someone's ready to bait it. All right, both players have no normal meter, but there's the Moondrive, doesn't get anything, trying to jump, gets hit out of the air.
This has been a repeated situation right here from Yui, using that Moondrive and just not getting any activation. The shield heat from Infinity, but not going to convert off of it, Moondriving, and then going for the throw to bait out the shield.
Oh, he gets hit by charge jump C from Powered Ciel. Yui doesn't have any meter. Infinity has more than enough resources to get a clean hit. He just needs a throw, but he gets air reset. You can't block around the normals in the air. So now Yui has a bar. She's not going to spend any of it. Jump back charge jump C. Infinity waiting for his turn. He almost has enough.
Heat activation to avoid the B follow-up.
Uh-oh, Avalon's coming.
Oh!
No, fatal on the B follow-up. Moondrive, punish? No, 5A doesn't get there in time. Chases the back dash. Very good. All right, nice. Infinity moves on even after making that troll pick with Neco-Arc. This guy.
Oh, and very good job there, though, from Yui. Played her heart out there. Of course, at least was able to beat the Neco-Arc and survive that instance.
That would have been a disaster if she lost. Actual disaster.
But regardless, able to really still show up into this top 8, and a good job as well. But this is just for you. It's just a...
I see enough of those memes on Twitter. I'm tired of that. I don't need to see it in top 8. Like, I thought he was just going to, like, you know, but I thought he was button checking. Then I saw him do fist bump. I'm like, wait, that's real.
I saw the pick for real, and I'm
I was like, what? I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I know you want to have fun. I know, you know, this is for fun, but this is top 8. You're trying to get, like, top 3 to get some money.
Though. And you could tell that he was playing. But if we're really going to try to go for the analytics of that, while our next players, Lunar versus Mcconnell, go ahead and button check whatnot, that's the thing about Neco-Arc. It's the whole game plan of laser and calling up the backup army.
Yes. Usually for Neco-Arc, your whole game plan is to essentially play gacha.
Yep.
She has rankings of luck from D to EX.
Yes.
The higher you get, the better calls you get. So you get like a full screen laser that hits the top of the screen. You get a semi-useful red Arcueid arc drive wave from like small Neco-Arc. They call it Neco-Arc.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have at like the very top one of the rarest in the gacha game for her move, the VTuber.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my god. All right, so it covers the whole. It covers the life bars and the magic circuit. You can't see Neco-Arc because she's so short.
Yes.
The panels cover her up sometimes, and if you are lucky enough to get that, you sometimes there's another luck incentive in the.
It's like something to do with health as well as like a little bit of damage too.
It's like health meter. There's one that gives 500 health, one that gives 1,000 health, one that gives 1,500 health. And if you get Ciel, if you play Ciel or Proud Ciel and Curry's on the ground, you get more health than normal, I think, because Ciel likes Curry and they actually added it. All right, I'm not gonna. All right, we're gonna go on to this match: Mcconnell versus Lunar. It's gonna be Arcueid versus Dead Apostle Noel.
I was gonna say that Lunar is very well known with the Dead Apostle Noel, as well as Mcconnell with the Arcueid. I believe actually was in the 6 p.m. pools and actually got to fight against the Arcueid.
Yes. So a lot of people are considering regular Arcueid probably the best character in the game because all her routes became more stable. She does more damage overall. She got new moves. Most of her special moves are plus frames now. So fighting her is really dangerous, and shielding her is also terrifying because she's probably the fastest character in the game. She has some of the biggest normals and some of the best normals for baiting regular heat. So you have to be careful about what you do on defense here. Double overhead block. Counter hit. Probably trying to press 5A. Got hit by 2B. All right. Time the block. Is that optimal? That's pretty optimal.
Yeah, I would say that Mids is actually one of the most optimal with Arcueid.
Yes.
I have really seen some really very struggling setups to actually guess upon wake up. And there you go. That's a perfect in our first round for top 8.
Yeah, Lunar got hit 3 times and he lost because he got hit the first time, then lost, then got counter hit the second time, then didn't block the MG jump low the third time and lost. So the strength of this character is that once you get to the corner, most of her moves, special moves, are advancing forward with plus frames. So it's kind of hard to escape her as long as you're not keeping track of what she's doing beforehand. All right, EX Spears from Lunar gets a knockdown.
And this is the one thing, too, about DA Noel. It's that setup with those spears, my goodness. Okay, clashing with the DP, using Moondrive to continue.
Oh, double overhead. All right, let's see. Oh, nice throw tech +3 afterwards. Tries the low shield, gets thrown. All right, trying to stagger, trying to bait out another shield from Lunar. Plus, yep, if you let that rock, she's actually plus, you have to be careful. But Lunar mashing 2A right there, getting their turn back. Let's see if you spend, okay. All right, time for left, right, high, low.
And the overhead, actually.
Yep, it's a delay high, yeah. So the reason why Lunar does that a lot is to bait DPs, bait heats, and bait people trying to jump out. And also, you still have to block it high.
Yep.
So that's, there's a lot of layers there for you to recognize. There's still also a left right here. It's Sand Shield to get away from the detonation. Good punish.
Yeah, this is exactly what Mcconnell needs right now. Actually, again, those 3 touches, key to winning this second round. Once again, there's the second touch and into the full combo. And that's all meterless, by the way. It has all the meter in the world to work with, using that 1 bar right now to continue.
Moondrive activation from Lunar. Trying to escape the...
There we go.
The round's over, by the way.
Yep, 100%. The reset! You cursed it!
He's not supposed to... Shield.
Moondrive into the shield.
Nice.
Very smart there from Mcconnell taking the first game.
One of the reasons why Arcueid's so powerful is that her B normals recover fairly fast. So you're able to react to guard cancel heats more frequently, and you can shield them, making it so that if people are not keeping track of what normals you used in your pressure as Arcueid, you can just react to that, shield correctly, and just, you run your pressure, you're going to win the set. So normally, Mcconnell was supposed to end the round on the last hit because, Arcueid has 3 bars. It was off a Fatal Charge 5B, so your damage skyrockets off that, and because you have 3 bars, you just do Arc Drive, and you do like 5,000 damage.
100%, yeah, exactly.
All right, Mcconnell getting hit by that tackle there. That tackle is generally unsafe unless Dead Apostle Noel uses resources. But now she gets a shine because having a lead, she gets to throw out projectiles, use her speed to get in and out of situations. Oh, time to guess. Detonation.
This is actually such a clean round from Lunar. Again, like you mentioned, that tackle usually unsafe, but it is exactly this momentum that he needed. And then, of course, punishing the shield attempt. And when this was just with practically no damage, only some chip damage as well from Mcconnell. So that was a really good round start there from Lunar, really showcasing what PA Noel is capable of in this situation.
Oh, confirm? No, drops it. Scramble, Mcconnell gets a 2A, puts Lunar back in the corner. Oh, wasn't ready to shield back or BC. Was expecting Lunar to hold shield there. All right, 2-1-4C, detonation, time to guess. High shield again. Woo.
Dashing out to understanding that Mcconnell is playing the patient game, but again, having to recognize the layers and then upping them to try to get away.
All right, detonation once again, left, right, high shield again. Lunar not baiting out the high shield, trying to go on like layer 4 of that mix-up, but Mcconnell just keeps high shielding, getting out. Low shields the projectile explosion. Uh-oh.
Okay, I like the attempt to get out of those spears right now. Tries to go for the grab off of a reversal.
Oh, B follow-up hits, no counter. Low, have to make it safe.
Oh!
Shield. Oh, nice DP. Gets a combo. No, too far. Guard breaking coming? No. And Lunar air dashes back with jump B. Gets a confirm. Should be the end of the round.
And this is quite a bit of damage. That's the other thing, too, is if you have the high execution needed for DA Noel, that's quite a bit of damage that you're eating every time. Interesting enough, both of these characters are able to really, like, two-touch, three-touch as soon as that opening is happening.
Yes, both characters are really strong at generating magic circuit because usually clean hits for them lead into some sort of pressure into knockdown. And because, oh my god, all right. Well, low shield gets thrown. BC, B follow-up. Ah! All right, knockdown. Mcconnell not holding shield there, running forward, getting hit by the detonation. You can dash block in this game now. They made it a little bit better, but you still have to do it immediately. Ooh.
Okay, actually going ahead and backing up. I think that was a new thing that I saw. It was the whiff penalty, so probably was still in a high recovery from whiffing that move.
Oh, same side, 5A. That was hard to block because Noel can kind of hover left-right when she jumps, so it can be hard to see it as soon as you get up. So Lunar on match point now. He has a lot of bar and he has a lot of resources, but so does Mcconnell. Overhead gets blocked, have to make it safe.
Oh, wow, that was a very tackle in the air. Definitely getting hit by that.
All right, Lunar playing really well here. Option selecting the DP, re-scramble. Mcconnell's just trying his best to get some sort of foothold back again.
Oh, and that is gonna cost him as that backdash and the whip throw, creating the perfect situation for Lunar. Going to go for the throw, but shielding just in time, and that is a great pickup into the arc drive. Mcconnell losing to Lunar here and taking the game.
Yes, very, very good from Lunar. Playing really well on defense, just escaping Arcueid's pressure, using the fact that his character is equally as fast to maneuver around the screen, get clean hits, and then anytime he was able to use meter to put Mcconnell in that spear detonation setup, Mcconnell usually was able to high shield to get away from it or to mitigate the mix-up, but then afterwards it looks like Lunar just decided to just try to outplay in neutral, get clean hits, and then get a knockdown and run away, throw up more projectiles, whittle away his life, and then Mcconnell was doing more reversals on wake up, so Lunar just decided to do option selects where you do 2A, then you do 2A plus D.
Yep.
So after the 2A whiffs, you shield right away if someone does a reversal, and you punish them right afterwards, and they can't respond.
Yep, absolutely. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and check out some ads before our next match, starting with the only anime crate with scale figures, voting, and ecchi. Enjoy the discount all year long with the Otaku box. You can check out the link there and use Otaku CEOtaku 5 as a code for the box.
Yes, and CEOtaku is part of the Arc World Tour 2022. The upcoming schedule of the Mix-Up, Fighter Spirit, Arc Rebel Japan 2022, and Frosty Faustings next year, February 3rd through 4th. Go to arcsystemworks.jp/AWT2022/EN/.
And then, of course, talking about Frosty Faustings, if you're enjoying all of the anime games that you see here at CEOtaku, you can go ahead and check out Frosty Faustings happening from February 2nd through the 5th. Thursday, you come in, there's a 24-hour venue, 1 p.m., including side tournaments, casuals, exhibitions, you name it, they got it. Friday and Saturday are your main events where you'll have the Arc World Tour, all the 25 main games on the 7 streams. side gains, the whole 9 yards. And then on Friday, if you're feeling a little bit like vibing, you can go into the after party with the Guilty Gear Teams event, mini mystery tournament, and way more. Registration's opening October 2nd this weekend.
Yes. And also, you can go to controllerchaos.com and use the code CEO2022 to get 10% off your tournament gear. You can see the nice peripherals that have the CEOtaku branding for this this nice event, the JoJo's Team event for Part 6. Make sure you go to controllerchaos.com and use the code CEO2022.
And then, of course, Guilty Gear Strive. If you have been playing in today's tournament as well as checking in throughout this weekend, there are more Guilty Gear games that you can play with the PlayStation tournaments. Fight Nights, $500 prize pools. It's a great way to get some practice against some high-level matches and get that tournament experience ready while you're doing the Arcueid tournaments.
Yes. And you can go to rightstuffanime.com. You can use you can text anime or to otaku 682-58 and you get 10% off your next order. That's Right Stuff Anime on all social medias: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and what's that last one?
Snapchat.
That's Snapchat? I don't know what the kids use anymore. I don't know what that symbol is. I know all the other ones. I know all the social media.
And of course, check out the Arc System Work Store. Look at that Nagaruyuki t-shirt. Look at the Gold Lewis keychain, the Jacko keychain. I'm not going to pay attention to Faust because that's a randomizer right there. But regardless, you can go ahead and check out some amazing merch over on their store at store.arcsystemworks.com. Make sure to get them today.
All right, and we're back with Infinity versus Medusa for our losers quarterfinal. So it should be Saber versus Vlov. Medusa still rocking that Vlov. He's very. I've only seen him at two majors in the last year or so, and the first one being CEO, and they did really well.
Yes.
They got top 8. I think they made 4th. It's either 4th or 3rd. I don't remember offhand.
Yeah.
But their performance is really strong. I was really impressed with them. I think I only know them as a PS4 player because when they net play, they don't play on Steam.
Makes sense. I mean, that's one of the nice things about Melty Blood being on a lot of these consoles is that, of course, it's on PS4, Xbox, PC, and even Switch as well.
Yes.
But, of course, we're going to see Infinity with the Saber pick, starting off strong as well, understanding that this is a competitor, that Medusa is no easy feat to beat.
All right, so Medusa activating Moon Drive to stay safe during that last exchange. Uses a Moon skill, doesn't get punished for it. So Infinity trying to do some stagger Rekka pressure, low shield. Gets hit by the B-follow from behind.
Yep. And here we go, that's full corner carry for Medusa to go ahead, for Infinity to go ahead. Opening up Medusa just a little bit, but not going to be able to convert from it. Going for the throw, but waking up 2A here, but this subtle drops here. Not confident in the wake-up options.
Then Infinity BC's forward afterwards, gets a double overhead into 2-way mash, securing the round. So now Infinity has to be careful because Medusa has 4 bars. Any big hit leads into meter usage into full screen. But Infinity is really good at exploiting people's defensive options, slowing the pace down. Activates Moondrive right away, not trying to interact once again. All right, low shield, BC, nice.
Ooh, that was a very smart play there with the BC follow-up going into the actual dive there. And this is going to hurt a lot for Medusa, having to try to wake up in the situation. But both of them, the clash ending into a full knockdown for both. But Infinity's going to be able to continue the scramble and actually keep Infinity in the corner.
All right. Air throw ender, jump B. All right, Stagger trying to see how Infinity responds. Infinity doesn't have Moondrive, but he can heat. But he'll try to be careful about where he heats because Vlov can actually pressure you from quite far away from heat range. Oh, B follow-up hits, Moondrive to activate to see what Medusa does. Shield, nice.
Oh, very nice, and that's going to be a full punish for Infinity against Medusa.
All right, very clean from Infinity. He's one of the players better known for being able to scout out, to react to guard cancel heat very efficiently. That's a big strength because if people can just heat constantly versus your pressure, it makes it harder for you to stay in, to maintain the fact that you have a life lead. But Infinity's pressure is he'll do a lot of staggers. Oh, overhead after the Rekka. He'll do a lot of staggers to see if you're willing to shield, heat, mash, delay throw, and he'll work off of that. And Saber's really strong at that, but he didn't Moondrive the Rekka, so he has to block the Vlov pressure now. Unblockable incoming. There it
There
is.
you go, just like you called it out right there as Medusa's going to come out from that corner and keep the full screen game going. Oh my gosh, with the fatal counter anti-air from Infinity. What a call out in of itself. Forcing the reset on Medusa's side and actually going to be able to kill here, I believe.
Oh, doesn't spend the last bar, just air throws instead. Oh, wait, he didn't do a real jump in to hit that low shield, but it's okay. He still keeps turning. Yep. Medusa trying to swing once again after it wasn't their turn, which is admirable because at that life threshold, throw kills you, so you're not trying to attack the throw, you're just trying to mash to get away from it. Oh.
A nice pickup there from Medusa to start off the round. That's one thing I've noticed, especially with Vlov, is that if you start off that round really strong, you can really make the world of a difference. But the Moondrive activation, not the best call there, as that is going to lead into a full punish for Medusa to take advantage of.
Got caught trying to dash forward on the low stomps there. Yep. Medusa gets the confirm afterwards. So Infinity was a little hasty in 2 instances where he got hit, the Moondrive activation, and then trying to move immediately after Vlov stomps. But Infinity will probably like wait it out a little bit more. He knows he got a little bit impatient. Charge jump C from Saber. That's one of the biggest jump normals in the game. Hits in front of her, behind her, and below her.
Okay, and here we see Infinity continuing the pressure to get to the corner, stubbing the Moondrive activation. Here we go. He's gonna try to get the the throw actually ender here in the corner.
All right, 5A stagger, trying to see what the response is. You can see, all right, there's the
blood
blood
heat activation right now.
No, scary.
This at least allows Medusa to not only get the health back, but continue with this full screen pressure, but backdashing and getting the corner, trying to get out of that now. And that leads to Infinity jumping in and getting the opening he needs.
All right, so Infinity still has 3 bars. Next hit leads into Excalibur Arc Drive, jump back, charge jump C, double overhead block. All counter hit 2C. Yeah, this round's over.
Yep, 100%. Infinity will be taking it 2-0 over Medusa and staying alive in the health side of the bracket.
Yes, very good from Infinity. You saw that last interaction where he did 5A delay 2C. That string is to stop people from throwing you, mashing 5A, mashing 2A, trying to, if they heat, they actually get out. But a lot of people will try to moon drive in that situation, so it doesn't neutralize everything, but it makes it easier to see what you want to do. There's one option that gets you out of their heat, obviously, but if you don't have the resources or you're scared of getting baited, you'll tend to hold back on that. And a lot of players will just be like, oh, I'll just try to throw, I'll just try to mash, and that string has enough of a gap to where you can't do any of those.
Yeah, absolutely. But unfortunately with that, Medusa is out of the tournament, I believe at 5th place, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct.
But still, what an incredible run from Medusa. And of course, we'll still be seeing Infinity later on. Up next, we're going to have Lucy versus Lunar. Now, I do have a question for you. What do you think of this Roa matchup versus DA Noel? Because both of them, I would say, are high movement characters that can also reach pretty well, considering in the matchup.
Yeah, so Dead Apostle Noel, she has the spears that fall from the sky. All of them are not overheads except for the ones where she turns blue and moves backwards further. They're really good for trying to keep Roa out of the air. But the problem is Roa's ground dash speed is really fast. Close to Dead Apostle Noel's, not quite the same speed. They both have that low to the ground air dash that doesn't drop. So they can air dash over your lows, your throws. They can try to bait you out from trying to jump because they hit their normals hit pretty high from there. And then Dead Apostle Noel also has actual full screen projectiles because Roa's lightning does not go full screen. It goes like close to 3/4, mostly half screen. But Dead Apostle Noel's regular spears go full screen, try to snipe him for trying to do any small lightning, jump forward. And she also has her DP is actually really big. It hits kind of behind her. So you have to be careful when you're trying to punish her or approach her from behind.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll definitely see how this plays out. Do you know that character?
I don't know anything Lunar wants to talk about. I'm glad he's good enough at pressing buttons to be here.
All right, and here we go. We're going to try to hop in. This is a button check?
Yeah, it's a button check. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think Lucy also chose like a different character, chose Powered Ciel to check all the buttons, and then switch over to the main character.
All right, so these two typically play pretty frequently online in a lot of the net play tournaments, the PSA tournaments, the Plus Frames GG tournament, I believe it's called.
Yes, I think I know which one you're talking about. Also happens on Saturdays, if I'm not mistaken.
Saturdays or Sundays is one of the
Yeah, I know there's always a Melty Blood tournament happening on Saturday and Sunday, so always fun to see though. It's a great highlight towards my weekend, like I mentioned.
They play pretty frequently. Usually Lunar comes out on top, mostly due to, it seems like Lucy doesn't have a good handle in the matchup, but she is constantly trying to see like, all right, what am I supposed to do here versus this character? And it looks like she doesn't normally play Roar too frequently versus Lunar, but a lot of the sets have been getting closer, and you can see how they're just willing to sit back full screen trying to get through. Lucy not trying to interact with the detonations there. Shields it, Moondrive activation, trying to chase Lunar again, jump B, nothing.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier, right? It's that, like, when we saw Lunar earlier playing DA Noel, it was all about this, just trying to get the setups going and then taking in to the damage, the high execution for DA Noel. But both of them just playing this full screen game, really playing it slow right now, have a lot of access to meter, but again, we're not seeing Lucy go for a strong, aggressive outlook compared to when we saw her playing against Masoma, and instead just trying to bait out whatever Lunar can do.
Yeah, so typically their matches, the last couple of net play tournaments have gone something exactly like this. They'll sit full screen, try to gain a resource, and usually whoever gets a lead maintains that lead for the rest of the round. So with 25 seconds left on the clock, the next two interactions are going to be super important. All right, air throw ender, safe jump incoming. Lunar doesn't match anything, that's plus frames. Oh, matches 5A right after, trying to keep his turn. There's the guard cancel heat. Lucy wants to keep her turn. BC, get away. A fatal jump B though. So now that Lunar scores a hit, he's going to try to go for the left-right setup, left-right high-low setup. Detonation, time to guess. Low shield.
Okay.
Oh no, Lucy's still high shielding. She might.
Oh, the timeout.
Oh,
my goodness, the difference is so like subtle.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell in a lot of those instances. So sometimes in those spots, you might try to shield special moves so you don't lose any life. You'll actually gain life back for shielding like normal projectiles, anything. But it's scary because if you shield and they're close enough to punish your shield, then you just lose way more life. Oh option
no.
Select the DP.
Oh, and with that being said, that is going to be quite a bit for Lunar.
DP gets baited again.
Yep, here we go. The counter hit, and that was a pickup there for Lunar.
All right, Lunar playing very well in those last couple instances, constantly baiting Lucy's reversals, making sure that like, okay, if you want to do this, I'm just going to make sure that your offense is limited, because that's one way to neutralize people doing reversals. Like, oh, I don't want to have to block anything. I want to match this. But it turns into, no, you actually have to respect a lot of the options right away first, and it gets really scary. Oh, is that Coma?
Yes, I was just going to mention that the pick to either Vlov or Coma was probably going to have to happen, as that row-up matchup was just not doing it. Unfortunately, you cannot take a lot of those games at a full screen pace. Not always. If you see a player like Lunar who's just patient just as much as you are, someone's going to get antsy, and it turned out that it was Lucy most of the time here. Lunar taking advantage of those openings, and again, here we go. Hopefully with Coma, we can get the armor, so that will definitely be something to keep in mind in this matchup. Can go through some of this and actually continue pressure.
All right, high shield, gets away with BC. Lunar trying not to interact. Oh, he gets hit by Air's jump C. All right, so the idea in this matchup here is that because Coma's charged C normals have armor on them.
Oh, the clash. Okay, shielding with using the Moondrive activation to shield the spears. But the catch on those setting up spears happening.
All right, so Lucy's about to run out of Moondrive here, but still has a lot of meter. She's not down that much. Well, now she might be after this confirm. Lunar's gonna get, he's gonna get clean hit into 214C. Set it up again. Detonation. Let's see what Lucy does on defense. Low shield, get away from the explosion. And now Lunar's probably gonna run away and try to regain more resources with the 2A+B charge. Oof.
Yeah, this is not looking too good right now for Lucy, having to get in and try to get an opening, but Lunar is just using those setups so nicely, backdashing away, getting the punish going, and this is going to be hard damage right now. Getting the hard knockdown. Oh,
Did
into
he jump?
this arc
Too early. That's
yep.
unlucky. Oh, and detonation after. Yup. If Lucy waited a little bit longer, it would have been just enough to. The Coma's arc drive is a command grab at close range. If you're not jumping by the time the flash occurs, you are getting grabbed.
Yep. That is the tricky thing about Coma's arc drive, but Lunar using the backdash to avoid it completely. Again, we're back in this full screen game, trying to get some resources back. While Lunar has close to 3 bars pretty soon, Lucy is already with the 3 bars herself.
Ooh, good maneuverability by Lucy, not having to block into the spears, not dash blocking in time, getting hit by the follow-up spears from the sky. And once again, we're going to go into the meteor setup, detonation. Time to guess. Low shield this time. Oh,
Yay.
and punishes Lunar for trying to reshield back.
Yeah, this could. Oh, but the side switch and then into the DP. Lunar going ahead and charging up, clashing with the BCs.
Aye.
Oh no! And even Lucy throwing up her hands over here while watching, just struggling to figure out what she can do when those setups occur. And here we have another setup potentially happening using the crash setting, going ahead and unlocking Blood Heat.
All right, so Lucy's going to get a lot of her life back at a high rate, but Lunar's going to do his best to not interact with Shield. There we go. But now Lucy has another chance. She's gained a lot of the life back, trying to, ooh.
Okay, there we go. Gets the C launcher.
Gets a raw 3C. Those are air unblockable. Command throw. All right, time to guess here. Same side. Oh,
there we go, the air dash, and this is exactly the momentum that Lucy needs. Very, very nice. The crowd cheering here for her as she gets on the board with that first round. See if she can close it out here.
All right, both characters charging, trying to get Oh my God!
Again.
Whip punishes the 2B with 3C, but doesn't get a proper confirm after. Lucy's doing her best right now to, slowly approach, not have to block any of the spears. And once she gets in, it's usually a hard time for Lunar to escape because he usually doesn't guess right on defense versus her. But because of the zoning potential that Apostle Noel has, it's really hard for Coma to move across the screen, like right there.
Yep, dashing through and going ahead and using the DP, getting the full execution combo. And into the side tricks, gets the setup to do the left-right mix-up, and there you go, right there.
All right, not able to guess correctly on which side to block. Oh, puts Coma to the full screen to the other side. Nope, DP doesn't OTG. High shield. Lucy just trying to chase a little bit harder now because she realizes she's slowly running out of time.
And then no, right there, the setups onto the spears and into the arc drive, and Lunar will be taking it.
All right, good. Yep, good stuff to Lunar and Lucy, and it's really hard to. A lot of people will see that matchup and think that, oh, what's Coma supposed to do? Everything's full screen. He doesn't. His run is not as fast as the rest of the cast. His air dash is also a little bit slower, but he has the privilege of having that linear air dash. His big C normals make it hard to fight at him because they absorb a lot of hits.
Yes.
He also has a command grab that has armor, so sometimes on defense versus him, it's very scary because command grab characters make it hard for you to want to mash or sit there and block. And then he also has a strong DP too, which he can convert with meter. So there's a lot of instances where he feels like a strong character, but versus characters that zone you full screen, he has to play the same game that a lot of the people have to do. They have to dash forward block, super jump, wait block. So there's a lot of, you're slowly losing life over time by blocking special moves or just getting hit because you moved incorrectly.
Yeah, and one thing too, I wanted to point out is that unlike the match with Mcconnell, there was a lot of just trying to avoid the spears completely instead of actually playing the defense around them and then closing in. Because that was also something to keep in mind, that when we saw Mcconnell was able to dash in, block the spears, and then punish Lunar for it. Whereas you could tell that Lucy was just like, I don't know how to deal with this. I'd rather just stay away from it, avoid it completely, and then go ahead and start my game plan with a lot of that, like for example, the launch C that we saw quite often catching Lunar.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it is one of those things where you can't always just avoid it, and that is definitely the tricky part about that matchup on all sides. But we're gonna go ahead and go back onto the Heavens side. We're heading to Heavens Finale, or Heavens Final, I believe it's called, where we're gonna see Scrawtvermillion versus Masoma. I feel like these two are like rivals all the time, especially the fact that they both play the same games practically.
Yes. All right. They're going into it. It's going to be Vlov versus regular Noel.
Yes.
And a lot of people, I've seen these two play casuals over the weekend. It kind of goes back and forth, but it feels like it's sometimes Scrawt favored, but then things just that happen, he kind of loses, which is weird. Like, he makes one wrong interaction. Oh, same side. That's hard to block because sometimes you'll see Vlov jump and you'll think it's the other side, but at the last second he's in front and you can't switch your block in time. Oh. All right, Vlov 5C lives. Scrawt gets a clean jump in. Probably going to spin a bar. He might heat. Nope. Going to go for left, right. Nope. Stays same side. There was no space in the corner. Oh.
Okay, opening up Masoma, but the recovery happening. And this is actually going to cost Scrawt there. Might be able to kill with that 1 bar. No,
Ooh.
2 bars instead.
Very nice.
All right, with Masoma taking the first round here. I can see why you say that, though, about watching them both play casuals earlier, how it's just that one mistake and then it's Masoma that comes out on top. And again, these two players, you can't be making mistakes with each other. They're both going to capitalize off of
Yes. Usually they find some way to run the rest of the round into their favor, but sometimes it becomes really close. There's 1 or 2 interactions at the very end, but right now Masoma having a good pace so far, trying to bait out a defensive option from Scrawt, trying to see how, yep, there's the mash. Not in Scrawt's favor. All right, Stomp trying to keep Scrawt away. Air unblockable.
Oh, there we go.
It's very hard to fight Vlov because the normal, that jump shield just going punished because Scrawt decided to full jump shield without seeing anything beforehand. And normally, if you don't shield anything, you have 12 frames of recovery once you hit the ground.
Yes.
So that means you shield, you land, you still have to recover after you land, so you're still in counter hit state.
Oh, yeah, I saw Scrawt doing that air shield back when he was fighting Medusa, probably trying to do the same mentality in here with Masoma. But again, we are on to the second game, and we're going to see Masoma on the board 1-0, while Scrawt trying to make all of this round count here. Trying to do the kick, I think expecting Masoma to try to inch closer with a jump in or something close to that.
All right, Scrawt making sure he stays at that space where Masoma's not allowed to throw projectiles freely without worrying about retaliation, but Scrawt gets the clean hit afterwards, ends the round. Very good.
Scrawt taking the first round with a perfect as well to boot.
Oh, Masoma already found himself in the corner with poor movement, and Scrawt taking advantage is going to probably spin a bar to get a mix up here. Let's see, left, right, other side, throw.
Nice throw, going and keeping Masoma in the corner. That is one thing you want to do. Going ahead and throwing, punishing the shield attempt. Oh, but blood heat activation now in play on Masoma's side.
All right, Scrawt just trying not to get hit. Oh, he almost got air unblockable, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Reshield, rising jump A, counter hit, no combo. Oh, Moondrive activation to confirm. All right, Masoma also gains a meter during this time. So now Scrawt has to be careful what he does on defense here. High shield, escapes, has no more moon gauge, but 5A scramble afterwards.
This is looking really nice for Scrawt. Gonna use the bar meter. Gonna go for the mix-up jump here. Gonna put himself in the corner, but that is okay. Masoma recovering and getting the full screen position back.
All right, good reshield. Masoma just trying to make sure Scrawt just can't get out for free after shielding anytime.
Oh, and the heat activation, that's the one thing about Noel's normal, is able to really kind of keep that disjointed hitbox away from her.
Yes.
And then that heat activation just whiffing and not putting her back in full screen and into neutral.
Exactly. So there's a lot of instances where you think you want to heat character's pressure, but Noel does move backwards and away from you, and like away from a lot of your reversals more often than you think she would. So it's kind of hard to judge, all right, I'm going to heat here, but if you don't see the normal use, you can't do it right away. Oh, all right, low shield and just retaliates with 2A right after. Scrawt choosing not to do anything right away. All right, left, right mix-up incoming, other side. Oh, just wake up DP.
All right, dashing a little bit under to keep a mix-up going, but Masoma playing nice defense right now.
All right, Scrawt jumps in cleanly, tosses a knife, gets a throw. Masoma trying to, oh, he just held heat instead.
No.
So Scrawt gets a full punish here. He might just spend 3 bars if he gets it in time. Well, he doesn't get it, but he will just drain the rest of Masoma's heat gauge. Oh, 2A, no confirm from Masoma, not mashing hard enough to believe in himself.
And that stomp is going to catch Scrawt and going to continue. There is no meter, though, so it has to end in that throw ender. Oh, my gosh, but the standing shield getting punished with that slow. This is not looking good for Scrawt. Had the right everything, right scenario, right situation, but Masoma staying alive.
Yeah, Scrawt decided to try to anti-air shield because he didn't want to block the jump B, and Masoma, in that instance, didn't press jump B. He just waited to land and punish the recovery of shield. Gets another fatal jump A, full confirm, gonna spin bar. And it's important what Scrawt does afterwards because another bad interaction means Masoma has a larger life lead than before. Oof.
Oh my goodness. That's another thing too, is that both players like have a character that can actually like reach towards them, but we're gonna see Masoma do the stomp and has 1 bar meter to go ahead and use for the situation. That's just a little bit shielding.
Shield, nice, throws right after. All right, Scrawt gets a jump in. Moondrive from Masoma trying to see what Scrawt does, but loses his ability to get his turn back. Nice BC backwards. Scrawt not ready to shield right away. So usually in those instances, because you don't have enough moon gauge to BC, you are forced to re-shield back if someone shields you. Because the threat of them doing the A or the BC follow-up is very high, and those require immediate responses.
Absolutely. And we're going to see Masoma go up 2-1 right now against Scrawt. Now, because this is a final, we will be seeing this as a first to 3. So Masoma will be needing 1 more game in order to proceed to grand finals. We had a good round start there for Masoma, but now the helps are about to be looking pretty even if Scrawtvermillion is able to get another opening soon.
All right, Masoma decided low shield, got put into a failed state. Now Scrawt's looking like he's in a better position. Another throw. And you can see that Masoma, he's waiting for his spot to try to mash back on Scrawt's pressure. He gets a counter hit there. Back to full screen, gonna charge and try to get some moon gauge as well. Scrawt shoot, ooh, that was really close. He almost got air unblockable. Double jump shield, no!
Hey, the B follow-up. I'm not too sure what Scrawt's thinking here to end. Probably, into the meet with the meter.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Masoma choosing to wake up 5A there because he didn't get hit by anything, and because he saw Scrawt backdash, he pressed 2C to catch his backdash. Round start, Eureka catches Scrawt at the start. Masoma's gonna get a nice 4,000 damage here. Push Scrawt to the other side of the screen. Moondrive activation to stay safe. Anti-air shield pushing Scrawt back to the other corner. Woo. And nice jump cancel after the A launcher clash. That's one of the changes we got this version.
And this was a nice stagger into sort of like a reset here for Scrawt. Gonna keep that corner pressure going. And again, all of these staggers, just this pressure right now. Slight opening, not gonna be able to convert off of it. Shielding, tries to go follow up with the A follow up, but not gonna get it, but does get the jump in.
All right, Scrawt's gonna spin meter here, go for another left-right setup. Stays in front, yes.
Yes, there we go. That is exactly what Scrawt can be using right now. Might be able to kill with that arc drive.
Yes, just make sure you don't want to take the chance that your one or 2 bar meter combo doesn't do enough to kill, so that gives Masoma a chance to come back.
That does leave Scrawt with practically no meter usage at the moment, rather while Masoma has full meter to be working with, 3 bars worth.
Scrawt manages to jump over the upwards projectile, gets a clean hit. Air throw in there. So Masoma has resources, has to respect the knife. Oh my god.
That was very dangerous for both of them, both with the moon activation and then Masoma trying to shield, but still playing the defensive game extremely well. And let's just go ahead and try to get the stomp. Does get the fatal counter in the air. Scrawt using heat activation to get that life back, but opened up by the stomp.
Yeah, he tried to hold low shield, but because he ran out of moon gauge, you can't hold low shield anymore. You need to have moon gauge available during that time. Scrawt just holds up 4, gets a clean jump C. I don't think he's gonna get the bar in time. No, he goes for a reset. Masoma activates Moondrive to escape the reset, hold shield. Oh my god, Scrawt didn't bite. So now Masoma just needs 1 good hit into a combo because he has almost 2 bars, double overhead block. And there's the fuzzy 5A match from Masoma. And he moves on to grand finals winner side. 3-1 over Scrawt.
The crowd cheering on for Masoma here. Scrawt, though, will be sent over to the hell side of the bracket. We'll be awaiting the winner of Infinity versus Lunar. But wow, what a match.
Yes, a lot of people were expecting a result of some kind, especially because Scrawt is some kind of like that, because Scrawt is now learning his new character, regular Noel. He was playing Mario quite heavily before the patch, but he was contemplating dropping him because of the changes that Mario was going to get and the buff that Noel was going to get.
Correct, yes. And I think from what I was reading on Twitter, from him. It's just a matter of like what feels better. Also, Mario is a bit of a tough character to just really play in a lot of these like high tense matchups like Vlov. And again, we're talking about Masoma being one of the best Vlovs in both, I think, the country and just in the community in general.
Yes.
So definitely a tricky thing to do with Mario. I believe also Scott had the Hisui, but it has been a while since he's actually played Hisui in tournaments. So he's really trying to play this whole tournament with Noel. He's been doing a really awesome job, though, and practically put half of the bracket into losers because of that Noel. So I'm sure he's going to be making the adjustments as these tournaments go on, and I'm sure going to be making that comeback happening sooner or later. But we're going to see Infinity versus Lunar. So this is going to be Saber versus Neco-Arc. Not Neco-Arc, oh my gosh.
Is that Apostle Noel?
Thank you. I have Neco-Rot on my head for some reason because I saw it on the screen for a second.
All right, so both players give the fist bump. They're about ready to go. So this is back to the hell side of the bracket is 2 out of 3. So it is a first to 2. So we'll see how Infinity plays versus the Apostle Noel. I know a lot of people think that Saber might have a better time because once she gets 3 bars, she has access to Avalon, a full body 0 frame counter that hits if anything interacts with it. It does the minimum of 3,400 damage, and so it's one of those things that decentralizes zoners from throwing out projectiles while she has 3 bars. But you know, you worry about that once she has 3 bars or arc drive, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're just tuning in, this is going to be Infinity versus Lunar. Both of these characters, or players rather, starting off super crazy here as Lunar, again, getting the setups, going for the throw mix-up. You're going to have Moondrive activated on Infinity's end. Oh, nice punish. Yeah,
Lunar did his option select too fast, so if the 2A doesn't get blocked, the shield comes out, and because of that, Infinity responded correctly by mashing 2A right after. Throw gets attacked. Ooh, all right. Has to spend meter to make that safe, but Infinity decides to heat anyway to regain health in that one situation. Dash up 2C, trying to score the hit. Oh, nice 2C.
Okay, there we go. That is the low that Infinity needs right now. Not going to have bars, so going to have to end it with that throw ender, but does try to get the safe jump into the mix-up. Punishes just slightly with that air move.
Oh, all right. Spend meter. All right, high shield. Back dashes away. Shield again. Infinity using this chance to. Oh!
No, the spears once again setting off in that trap setup. This is not looking too good right now for Infinity. Once again, setting it up, getting the mix-up. Going to use Moondrive activation. Tries to go ahead and shield and then activate the Moondrive. But again, this is just where Lunar is just showing success with those spear setups.
Yeah, so it is quite hard to try to regress versus Dead Apostle Noel because if you're not fast enough, you don't get to block the spears in time because you're trying to move forward, and there are some frames where you're not allowed to act immediately after, so you don't get to block in time.
Yep.
So let's see if Infinity, oh, all right, gets a clean 2C on the backdash attempt by Lunar. Might spend a bar here. Yeah, it looks like he will. And he's going to go for air throw, and now he has to make sure Lunar can't escape this mix-up here. DP gets block punish.
Nice.
Let's go.
I think Infinity being one of the first players in this top 8 to actually bait out the DP and fully punish Lunar has been really taking advantage of that note.
Oh, all right, good stagger pressure. Trying to see what Lunar does in response. Overhead block. Have to make that safe with 2-2C. 5A staggers. Lunar decides to low shield. And that's one thing that Lunar likes to do a lot is in pressure like that, he'll try to stagger his low shield because a lot of people like to do 2A, and low shield kind of makes it so that you can't do that for free. Lunar not shielding back, gets hit by BC after Infinity shields EX spears. Probably spin a bar here. Very nice.
Okay. Once again, that hard knockdown. Gonna try to swipe with that jump.
Ooh. All right, shield back by Infinity. Moondrive activation to stay safe. Oh, good block from Infinity. Good defense. Oh, Infinity not biting on that throw bait. Good block.
This is such impeccable defense, but does get open up. There's only so much you can do before you're trying to challenge Lunar in this situation.
Oh.
Does do the BC follow-up, and Lunar not going to be able to shield that back. And then we're going to get into the corner, into the hard knockdown.
All right, double jump back, blocks the jump B, trying to bait out a shield or a DP from Lunar. Lunar waiting for his turn. He gets a 5A anti-air. Infinity landing with nothing, unfortunately. Gonna go into the setup once again. Detonate left, right incoming. Goes. Doesn't get a high for some reason.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird interaction, but here we go. Gonna end in the projectile to get the EX, keeping it the DP as safe as possible. Oh, and this actually might have cost Infinity here. Gonna end into the DP for the Ender. I like, though, that Infinity's been playing a really good defensive game on those setups and actually able to get in on Lunar. That's something that we were talking about earlier between Lunar and Lucy, and then comparing it to mid's Mcconnell, where it was all about blocking the setups or just completely avoiding them. And Infinity's really trying to get in and actually play the defensive game around them.
Yes. One thing I would like Infinity to do is just present the threat of Avalon, because he had 3 bars for quite a while, and Lunar was just kind of throwing projectiles at him. At any given instance, if Infinity has the reflexes, he should just be able to activate Avalon and kind of just make it so that even if, shield punished, very good, he should be able to make it so that Lunar can't throw those projectiles for free when he has that much meter.
100%, and we're going to see the into the throw hard knockdown. Once again, are we going to see the actual dive? Yep, that was going to be Lunar shielding the dive and then getting the BC for the side switch.
All right, Infinity gets hit by the delay double overhead there. Left, right. Oh, doesn't block the last explosion, unfortunately.
That's the tricky thing, too. It's also about the placements. If you're trying to not get hit by the last hit of that sphere, this is not looking good for Infinity right now.
All right, time to guess. No, he just decides to charge instead. Ah, jumps over Infinity, mashing 5A with jump B. Gets to confirm and ends the round. All right, Lunar looking very strong so far. It seems like no one has a real answer for being able to stop him. Oh, Infinity trying to jump on the button, gets hit by the spears on the way down. Lunar gets another confirm. Infinity has a lot of magic circuit though, so let's see. Oh, tries to block.
There we go.
Gets a clean 2C for Lunar trying to charge. Spin the bar.
Yep, into that throw hard knockdown. I think might avoid the, I was going to say we were going to avoid the drill and instead just keep the pressure going. That's probably the best situation you can do with Saber. But the DP invincibility frames able to punish Infinity in this situation. Moondrive activation and getting punished, and this is not looking good right now for Lunar. Going to use the Moondrive. Reset into the setup.
Infinity decides to heat there in that instance, and Lunar well places 4 BC to get a clean confirm afterwards. All right, so I believe up next should be Scrawt versus Lunar. I wonder if Scrawt's gonna stick to the game plan and play Noel, or he's gonna either go to Mario or Hisui. It depends. It depends on how he's feeling versus Lunar, but I do remember Scrawt playing fairly well versus Lunar in a recent online bracket that occurred.
Actually, so I was going to mention earlier, the reason Lunar was put into losers was because of Scrawt.
Wasn't that the...
That was in top 24, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a rematch. I'm assuming this is Noel, so yeah. I think that matchup was 3-1, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I believe so. I made sure to double check in my notes here. But that I would say then that if that's the case, if Lunar hasn't been playing any differently and probably not, I'm sure probably preparing for Scrawt, right, in that sense. But if there's not been any changes from Lunar, this could be a good matchup for Scrawt.
Yeah. Scrawt typically has done his research on the character on Dead Apostle Noel because he knows when he plays in top 8s, he's going to have to fight a certain amount of characters. Yep. He doesn't want to be surprised by anything, and that's what you normally want to do as a top-ranked player. You don't want to go into a matchup, lose, and then say, like, oh, I don't know what this character does. Yep. It's your responsibility to do your research, find out how your character has counterplayed a certain setups to other characters, and just have a good mindset of going into a match and saying, okay, I've prepared. The best thing I could do is just play it out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But with that being said, we did talk a little bit about, if I'm not mistaken, we talked about DA Noel versus Roa. Now it's DA Noel versus Noel, which is so strange because they're literally in lore the same character.
Yes,
so.
they are the same character in lore, but they play completely differently because Dead Apostle Noel has access to unlimited projectiles, whereas regular Noel has
9 keys, I believe.
It's 10.
Oh, it's 10 keys.
Yes,
10
she has 10 keys. They're very limited in use. However, they're very strong because they give her plus frames to let her contest certain situations that she might not before. But because they're limited, using too many of them within the same round loses you an important resource.
Yeah.
You can no longer, I believe you can no longer throw an EX black key anymore. And you lose a strong confirm from a straight hit from full screen, which you need versus a character like Dead Apostle Noel.
Yep. And of course, we do talk about the long range ranges that Noel has in those disjointed boxes that she has available to her, whereas DA Noel, it can be a little bit hard to reach sometimes depending on what she's trying to do. Most of the time that we've seen Lunar play in this top 8 has been just setting up the black keys setup and actually catching people off guard, also setting it off just in time as they're trying to come in. So we're going to go ahead and hop into this match and see how it goes between these two players and really see who can come out on top and go back to face Masoma.
All right. So, Hell's final, 3 out of 5. Let's see how Scrawt decides to play out this matchup. Oh, clean dash of 5A from Scrawt. Should spend a bar here so he can get a left-right setup in the corner. All right, time to guess. Hey, low shield.
Yep, there we go. And this is probably what we were talking about earlier, where this matchup probably was looking very similar for Scrawt earlier. It's just that constant pressure, and this is where Noel shines beautifully in.
All right. Detonation, Scrawt decides to shield so he doesn't have to hold any pressure. He didn't get the block of the key toss. Nice. Gets a knockdown. Lunar holds down back, trying not to get tagged by anything.
Ooh,
no.
I liked a little bit of a shimmy, but Lunar was not going to bite there.
All right, toss key. Doesn't hit in time. Ooh, throw spears. Doesn't get punished for it. Doesn't high shield those either. All right, so Scrawt has access to two more keys. Dash up DP. Doesn't get punished. Can't punish that because of the use of the EX. Hey!
Oh, nice.
Backdash gets caught by the stray key.
Looking really nice there in that first round as Scrawt takes it. I also took it just in time too. Again, those were only 2 keys that he had left and using them fully. Now down to 8 keys with that route.
All right. Lunar manages to get a DP out there into EX spears to get a full screen knockdown. And now Scrawt just making sure he can like dash up to shield any of the projectiles. Oof, good movement. Gets a jump C, no confirm. Now Scrawt's finally able to get in. High shield anti-air. Oh, Scrawt doesn't get away from the jump C. But you can see how he's waiting to see what Lunar decides to do because he still has a life lead and he can probably snipe any bad movement Lunar does.
Oh, that tackle. But okay, there we go. Scrawt able to find the opening with the key and continuing the corner carry, resetting instead, doing the BC follow-up and opening up Lunar once more. I like it. Going ahead and taking this first game. Yeah, he's going for that BC follow-up and then sort of mixing it a little bit against Lunar where he's just able to block as soon as Lunar is trying to respond. And Lunar is just trying to figure out how do I get out of that situation when he does that? Because I can't get opened up. That's where I'm losing most of these situations when fighting.
Yes, Scrawt is, as you can see, even though everyone else has been having struggles fighting Lunar so far, Scrawt's made it look like Lunar has a bad matchup versus regular Noel. But it's because of Scrawt's heavy knowledge of the game. He's played a lot of matchups. Oh my goodness. And he knows how he wants to aggress. So usually he doesn't get hit by the spears on the way down. He's good at making sure that if any explosion occurs, he's able to shield them so he can gain resources. But he has to be careful. He has to actually see the detonation, gets a clean hit on the black key, keeps his turn. And a lot of these interactions really comes down to Lunar shielding him properly and kind of losing their chance at advancing. But Scrawt gets a shield A counter follow-up.
Yeah, that was a really nice jump. I think it was a jump A follow-up, if I'm not mistaken. And really taking away the Lunar's turn there.
All right, this detonation, dash up throw. Yep, Scrawt respecting the mix-up there.
Oh, I love it. Scrawt going ahead and punishing Lunar. Trying to shield in response. The patience there. Has 4 keys available at the moment. Blocking the A follow-up and then opening up Lunar will be able to kill here, I believe.
As long as Scrawt spends a bar. Very nice. All right, nice and easy. Don't have to worry about dropping anything there.
It's always scary to see if they're going to use the bar or not because there is a lot of damage just meterless.
Yes.
But going ahead and just trying to seal the deal, that's how you know that Scrawt's been paying attention to this character.
All right, anti-air shield BC. Scrawt decides not to BC back. He was probably worried about late shield launcher from Lunar. 5A throw immediately. All right, Scrawt has to, wake up DP black key. That is a good way to get out of the corner for Noel now because her DP, her middle-list DP is invincible, so you just do that into the black key to stay safe. But Scrawt got a small drop there.
What pickups from Lunar there. Practically all of those hits were just at the very tip of the hitboxes for DA Noel's attacks. Gonna be taking the round off of that too from Scrawt.
All right, so Lunar looking a lot better that round. DP whiffs doesn't get punished. All right, Scrawt doing his best to advance without trying to get clipped by anything. Hey, it is a detonation. That happened so quickly, Scrawt was not ready for it. Probably gonna spend the bar here to go for the detonation left-right high-low setup once again. Nope, just decides to charge here, get some resource. Wake up Moon Drive from Scrawt.
Oh no, waking up and trying to do the Moon Drive skill, but instead Lunar air dashing in and then setting up once more. Gonna activate the setup. Nice, but okay, using Moon Drive to actually go ahead and DP and back up just a little bit to keep it safe.
All right, Scrawt holding low shield there, get some.
Nice use of the black key. I think that's also been a bit of a helpful into this match is that usage is able to just throw it out as soon as Lunar is trying to set up in neutral.
Yes, there's a lot of times where Lunar wants to try to move, so Scrawt's using that to his advantage. 5A, Moon Drive back late, gets away from the throw, still regaining life. He's waiting to see if Lunar decides to DP or heat when he gets close. Spears in the air, shields on BC.
BC right there.
Lunar tried to press the button on the way down and got hit, unfortunately, so he was not ready for Scrawt to late BC after the shield. So normally when people are holding shield after they've interacted with something, you have quite a while before you can use an option afterwards. You know, A follow-up, B follow-up, BC follow-up. So it takes some discipline to know that, like, okay, you shielded something, I won't go in here, or I can block the next follow-up that you want to do so I can stay safe and keep my pressure. But sometimes you get a little antsy, you're like, all right, your shield's over, but you're not paying attention, you just get hit by the follow-up and you lose your turn, you're like, all right, next time, that shouldn't happen to me.
All right, and Scrawt looking pretty calm and collected right now. This is potential game if he's able to take it to go back to Masoma onto the grand finals of this bracket. And it all comes down to this. And again, this is the defense. This is someone who knows how to handle those traps that DA Noel has been sending out. And really not letting him get overwhelmed by them is what the key has been here, on top of just capitalizing off of some of the decision making from Lunar.
All right, here's the left right once again. Which side is it? Same side. Lunar tries a low shield. He goes in the filled shield state. Loses a little bit of life and some moon gauge, but Scrawt's just keeping his turn. All right, he's making sure Lunar can't escape for free. And you can see Lunar trying to figure out, all right, where do I get out of here?
Gets hit by,
yeah, he got hit by 2C, and it's still Scrawt's turn. There it is. Lunar decides to DP, get out with some meter. Oof.
Oh, and the throw probably still stuck in the stun from the trap. Not going to be able to tech it in time.
Then a possible Noel jump B does hit behind her, so you have to be careful when you approach. All right, 214C, time to guess out the detonation, backdash away.
Nice. Very good backdash to avoid the rest of the hits from the other spears. Oh, the delay heat as well. And then this is going to lead into some chunky damage. Might be able to use a lot of the resources here. Yep, into the arc drive.
It shouldn't be enough, but last chance here. Throw does kill, so let's see what Lunar does on defense. Wake up 2B, trying to catch a backdash, dash up heat right away. Oh! For some reason, Lunar did not choose to moon drive when he saw Scrawt jump over the projectile and land. At that point, you could have activated moon drive because the special move whiffed.
Yes,
so
exactly.
You normally do that to stay safe so things like that don't happen, but it felt like Lunar got a little greedy or he was a little absent-minded there.
Yeah, it might have been just like probably a mistake. Could be also input error too. Probably was trying to wait for it, but this is not looking good for Lunar right now. Scrawt gonna shield those projectiles. Gonna charge up some of the resources. There's also something to note too that Lunar started off with the round with no meter. Now just able to gain back the 3 bars.
All right.
Scrawt shielding. Oh, the air to air, and then the pickup from Lunar. He's gonna go ahead and try to set up another piece here with the projectiles. Oh no, instead going for the DP. play some air game around here.
Lunar gets hit by 5A, probably trying to throw Scrawt or mash 5A a little bit too late. So Scrawt's gonna get his life back here and get a mix-up as well. Runs in, keeps pressure. So as long as, Lunar escapes.
Oh no, the key not reaching in time before the projectiles hit. Moondrive activation to shield from the projectile behind.
All right, Scrawt's down to 3 keys, needs to be careful. Any hit from Lunar will see this round because he has a lot of resources. Oh, there we go.
Moondrive,
Scrawt tried to air throw, but he doesn't get close enough, so he gets a punish on landing recovery. So Lunar takes another round, still trying to stay in this set.
Both rounds taken by both players. Scrawt on potential game point if he's able to seal this game. If not, Lunar stays alive. It is all or nothing for Lunar in this situation, but going ahead and using shield to do the B follow-up, dashing just a little bit to go ahead and bait out the shield and then jump in, gets the EX edge, charges up some resources, BC follow-up that clashes. The back and forth on these two, and here we go. This is exactly what Scrawt needs to go ahead and seal the deal for the corner pressure. Once again, using the EX key, Moondrive to whiff on the grab from Lunar's end. Oh, perfect punish.
Nice.
Yes!
Very good weight by Scrawt. A lot of players would probably try to like whiff a normal there or whiff a special move and drop their confirm. But Scrawt, he patiently waits for Lunar to do the follow-up afterwards. Because Lunar knew that, okay, I'm stuck in the air, I should choose to use EX here, but Scrawt knew that, hey, maybe I should just wait a little bit longer to see what the follow-up is. Gets the proper punish, ends the set 3-1 in his favor.
Yep, and with that, Lunar will be taking third for CEOtaku. Now we have our grand finals in this Heaven or Hell bracket for Melty Blood type Lumina. It's going to be Scrawtvermillion versus Masoma.
Yes, I know a lot of people are wondering, like, is Scrawt actually going to pick a different character? But I think Scrawt's probably going to stick with regular Noel because he seems pretty dedicated to the character so far. He wants to make a hard commitment before more tournaments pop up where there's probably more prize money, more chances to do really well, showcase his talents. So it's in his best interest to make sure he sticks with something sooner rather than later. Don't want to switch around too much, but obviously Masoma being the premier North American Melty Blood player because got second at EVO.
Yep.
A lot of people are looking for him to say like, hey, Vlov keeps getting stronger. What are we supposed to do? And he does give some good advice about how to fight the character. It's just that a lot of the strongest Vlovs that exist are some of the ones that usually place like top 16, top 8.
Yeah.
So it's hard to fight them because of their extensive knowledge of the game, and we have the best one here so far.
Yes, absolutely. But we're going to just hop right into it. No time like the present. We're going to go into our Made in Heaven final. Masoma versus Scrawtvermillion. All right, with Scrawt going ahead and actually getting quite a bit of damage going for him on this. A little bit of a BC fault, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but Masoma getting put in the corner. But we are on a full screen game right now. Exactly where you like for Vlov.
Yes, Masoma getting a clean jump in. Scrawt not ready to block it. It looks like he kind of starter stepped and got hit by accident. But unblockable? No, a little bit too far. Scrawt gets a clean counter hit jump C. Should probably spend the bar to get a left-right setup in mid-screen.
Scrawt charging up those resources. Nice. Actually punishing the crouching shield there with the air mix-up. And might be able to kill you with that one bar. Yep.
Very nice. But someone chose a low shield there because normally Scrawt likes to do land 2A. So low shielding there kind of mitigates that. But if Scrawt is hunting for that, he'll do an air dash back jump C, which is a high, which pressures the low shield. But Masoma gets a round start 2-2A into 4.2. Full screen control. Jump shield. Oh, be careful. Throws black key right after. Good backdash away. Ah!
Oh, but not going to be able to connect off of that projectile. It is all right. Going to use Moondrive to go ahead and do the B follow-up in the air. All right, and that is actually going to probably seal the deal for against Scrawt. Being able, I think that was only 1 bar of meter, maybe at most.
Yes, yeah. So sometimes when you're trying to confirm his Vlov, it's usually best. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know why he did EX stomp there, but sure, I guess, maybe.
Sometimes making the surprise round start is the way to go, but at least Scrawt not catching onto it. Quite a bit of a swipe there into the stomp. Gonna bring the full screen, gonna get some of those charges back. Tries to back dash from the, jump back dash rather, from the BC follow-up, but Scrawt having the opening.
All right, left right incoming once again. stays in front, tries to see if Masoma wants to heat. Nope. Masoma, good defense, gets his turn back, good patience. And now Scrawt has to be careful about getting unblockable. Wow. Just jumps full screen, gets a clean two-way counter hit. End of the round incoming. All right, gonna be optimal. Probably spin 1, spin 3. Okay, doesn't even need to. Very nice.
Yeah, it looks like that Moondrive helped keep the momentum going in that route, so just using that one bar was going to seal it for him. But Scrawt now on the board. Now, again, for those of you kind of new into how these brackets work, Scrawtvermillion still in losers, and everybody who enters this bracket has 2 lives. Scrawt's going to have to play about 6 games, more or less, in terms of winning them to be able to beat Masoma and take the entire bracket for CEOtaku.
Ooh, nice air unblockable setup there by Scrawt, making it so that he lands first and Masoma stuck in the air. Masoma just techs with 2C. Okay, doesn't want to block. Empty jump low, baits out the anti-air shield. Very nice from Masoma. Scrawt trying to predict a high there, gets hit. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Back to mid-screen, tries to air dash back, you get a mix-up. Scrawt gets counter hit, trying to throw a key once again.
Yeah, definitely Masoma punishing those key attempts, and exactly where Masoma wants. Going to use all of the resources to try to kill here. Oh my god, the scaling! And just a pixel of health from Scrawt. Going to use the heat activation to not only get all of that health back, but also to try to stay alive against Masoma. Oh, using the arc drive at the last possible second. Of course, this is not going to kill, but this is going to create a great situation for Scrawt. Going to dash in, keep Masoma in the corner, bring out the keys. Has about 7 keys left as well. Using BC to avoid the shield follow-up. And oh my gosh, the pixel of health comeback from Scrawt.
Yes, that was very good. He was able to make sure that after getting his life back, he mitigated a lot of Masoma's approach. But Masoma kind of got a little antsy on defense, getting clipped every now and then. Oh, gets hit by 2-2-A stomp. All right, Masoma confirms with some meter. Double jump, gets his mix-up, goes high this time, trying to catch Scrawt from backdashing. Has to make that Rekka save because Scrawt was already in the air. Nice nice shield in the air by Scrawt, and then BC follow up to punish the moon skill. All moon skills are punishable if you shield them. All right, 1, 2. Delay air dash, and then goes low. Very nice.
I think from the conditioning of the last couple of games with that safe jump, it was trying to attempt to go for the low, but Masoma not eating. Gonna get the stomp out backdash just a little bit to bait out any heat activations. Woo!
Baits out the DP by air dashing back. Please don't lose.
This is the exact same situation we saw from Scrawt before.
Oh, he was jumpy. He doesn't get punished. Oh, God. All right.
Staggers. Oh, this is very much bated breath right now. Oh, the unblock.
Okay.
Poor Fox is trying to like breathe through all of this.
Because I've also unfortunately seen Scrawt, Masoma lose to Scrawt in casuals where Scrawt had no HP. He shouldn't have won, but you know he gets a good run. All right, Masoma doing a good job double overhead. Yep. Throw after that pressure. Jump C gets blocked. Good stagger. Waiting for Masoma response, but Masoma just leaves. Doesn't get hit by 2C. Just Masoma trying to maintain his life lead, gets hit by the default, no counter. And now Scrawt is just trying to get in without, oh my god, getting unblockable. That was close.
The clash. Oh, and Masoma losing the grounded game as Scrawt's going to be able to punish and then corner carry with the keys. Gonna charge up, super jump in, shields the heat activation.
Yeah, that's an option select. Whenever you see Scrawt do 5A, it's usually followed by 5AD in order to shield any reversal. That's as long as you're not mashing, he doesn't get a counter hit. You can't confirm afterwards, but Masoma choosing the heat there.
Okay. Oh, using the BC follow-up, avoiding it, playing some defense in the air, but Masoma gonna catch the grounded game instead, launching Scrawt over. Gonna have 1 bar of resource available to him, so not gonna be able to do much with it. Gonna have to try to build it back up.
All right, Scrawt has a lot of meter. Masoma almost has 2 bars. All right, Scrawt trying to shield in the air so he doesn't get air unblockable because, oh my god!
Yo! The last arc drive finish! Yo, even Scrawt's like, ooh.
All right, that's unlucky. That's just unlucky,
That's
man.
super unlucky.
All right, it happens. It happens.
Shake it off, Masoma.
It happens. It happens.
You still have plenty of games to work with. Scrawt's going to be up 2-0 right now.
All right, good staggers from Scrawt. That was just really unlucky. That's so unlucky. Oh my god. I can't get over that.
Masoma trying to also get over it. Gonna use the heat activation again.
Bro.
Scrot.
Bro, block.
Reading it. Yes, just block.
Bro, block. It's okay. Just block. It's fine, bro. It's fine. Don't tilt off the face of the earth, man. All right. Anyway, left-right incoming again. Same side 5-8. He doesn't have any meter to heat. Good. All right, BC's out of the corner. Low shield, gets hit by B follow-up, no counter hit. Double overhead, Masoma's mad. He's trying to get his turn back.
Yeah, he has to hit Scrot a couple of times, and not even. Scrot's just waking up and getting in. He's going to take this first round. Potential bracket reset. Very close for Scrot.
All right, I've definitely seen Scrot 3-0 Masoma. I've seen him 6-0 Masoma, I believe, before. Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
All right, this, you know what though? If we look at like statistically, every time Masoma starts off strong in a round like this, he's able to make the comeback and make adjustments. So with that being said, this is an excellent opportunity and the turn in momentum that he needs to be able to go ahead and come back from this point. Oh, but Scrot just opening him up, probably trying to do a projectile there instead.
All right, safe heat. Gonna get some pressure, forward throw. Gonna regain the rest of that while he's down. All right, TK Knife trying to bait out a throw or low 2A. All right, good staggers. Now Scrot's in the life lead. Masoma trying to escape. He jumps back in the corner for some reason.
Okay.
All right, low shield. Oh, all right, retreats. Woo! Clean hit. Let's go. It's my turn. Wait, if he spends all his meters, Scrot's dead.
Oh no, the recovery. Oh my goodness, and even Masoma shaking his head right now, knowing what the mistake he made there.
Dead. He's dead.
Yep, 100%. 100% using that extra bar of meter. Even Scratch just style in there.
All right, I need Masoma to recover because that was pretty bad.
We are now on bracket reset. So again, if you're just tuning in, as these players are going back into the character select, that means that now Masoma is on the Hell side of the bracket. I'm not sure if that makes him Made in Hell's finale because of the bracket reset, but regardless, both of them now on to these last set of games. This is going to determine who is your Melty Blood Type Lumina CEOtaku champion.
Oh God, he tried a low shield. He got hit by. That's the first time he's done that overhead, by the way. So he's waking up. Thank God. All right, double jump, jump back, double overhead, good block. Masoma trying to, he's mad, he's mad. He's trying to keep his turn. Forward throw. All right, are we gonna do the strike throw game finally?
Yes, there we go, exactly like that. Oh no, but getting hit by the keys here from Scrot's end.
Yeah, Scrot likes to do that. He does that key usually when you block anything that's like very minus, slightly minus or 0 on block. So that way he knows if you're aggressing, he just counter hits you with the key and keeps his turn.
All right, safe jump here from Scrot. Gonna keep up the stagger going. Oh my God, that one stagger and then into the throw to create this mix-up. There we go, Masoma waking up, pressing.
All right, he manages to match 2A there because he knows that Scrot's either going to try to tick throw him or just like stagger his pressure so he can kind of hit Masoma. He was in the air. All right, he got anti-aired by 2C. That's unlucky. He's about to eat 4,000 damage.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt quite a bit. Again, Melty Blood Bleed, not that, like, does have high damage, but at least the health does make up for it. Oh, the projectile punish from the back as Scrot tried to do the B follow-up off of the shield.
You take those. Same side? Yeah, same side. He threw the Moondrive activation. That's another one of the changes that happened in this version. If you activate Moondrive in the same frame that you were thrown, you just don't get the time stop. You just get thrown. So you actually lose a huge advantage to one of your system mechanics, and that can be very detrimental because now you're just stuck in the same situation again. Double overhead block again, throw. Hey, it's strike throw, let's go. Tries to go empty jump low, beta high shield.
There's the blood heat activation.
Brother, he's in blood heat.
Oh my gosh.
He almost died again. I mean, he might be dead anyway.
Yeah, that arc drive's gonna hurt quite a bit because of that blood heat activation.
All right, not dead.
All right, there we go. That was 5,000 damage though. Oh no, and then opened up. Scrot staying alive in this first game.
All right, Masoma trying to low shield there because he thought Scrot was going to do 2A there, or same side. Oh, punishes their shield recovery with 5C, very nice. Should be about 4K, pushes Scrot full screen, just spends 2 bars because he's going to get the chance to charge. And Scrot, punish, thank you.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, if you block the B follow-up in the air and you land first, you can punish that. So, Masoma's gonna just walk back, keep Scrawt in the corner, not do anything wild. Try to keep his turn.
Yeah, even Scrawt's paying a little bit more attention to some of the meaties that Masoma's trying to do and actually being very, very careful on how he's going to wake up. There's the DP, that one of those changes is an actual DP now, so Noel able to get out of the corner.
All right, back us away. Oh, Moonjam activation. Oh,
okay.
all right. Masoma sets the block, takes the throw. Masoma waiting for Scrawt to do something. He has a good lead as long as he...
Oh my gosh, the counter hit, but it doesn't get to convert. The clash.
Oh, Masoma had no resources to try to fight that with, so he's stuck getting hit. All right, Scrawt's in a good spot. Spin the bar, spin 3, stay safe. Dash up, throw. It's time. Strike throw time. All right.
Into the staggers. Another strike throw situation. Scrawt just getting all of his health back while Masoma has just no resources. With that being said, Scrawt's going to take the first game of this bracket reset.
And you saw Scrawt do the same situation there where he staggered 5A, 2A, but this time he did a slightly faster 5B, so he could not get mashed out. So he manages to win that exchange. And he's won 4 games straight, so let's see if Masoma can make the adjustment.
Gonna start off the round with that grab from Masoma's end. Another grab to carry Scrawt into the corner. And again, that overhead into the strike throw. So definitely with the change, Masoma's been hitting those at least 4 for 4 right now.
Yes.
With that in mind. Gonna moon drive to actually shield the jump in. And then continue this. This is looking really strong for Masoma. Not surprising, gonna backdash. Oh, but then not actually OSing the heat there. Oh, no.
All right, the reason why that worked is because when Vlov does 2-2C, the flame goes forward and comes back no matter what. If you, like right after moon drive, so like you have to be careful. All right, but Scrawt manages to regain himself after the scramble. He has no meter.
Okay, launches.
It looked like Scrawt was trying to react to what Masoma was doing, but didn't press shield at the time, so he got hit by the follow-up. You don't have that much time to like stagger. Oh, he tried a 2C and he got jumped in on. Scrawt's probably gonna spend a bar. All right, safe jumping coming. 1, 2. All right.
The staggers once again. Okay, but Masoma challenging them a little bit more now. Another key thing too here is that corner situation, that corner game has to do it, but Scrawt's just gonna wake up, go ahead, do DP into the keys, and then corner, practically full screen corner to Masoma at this point.
Oh, he catches Scrawt trying to low shield and recover, but he punishes with the full screen stomp. All right, safe jump incoming. Let's see what the mix-up is. Goes low this time. He thinks Scrawt's gonna high shield again, wants to punish it. Anti-air fireball, let's go. We got a game on the board? Yeah, we do.
Yep.
Right. Nice and easy.
Masoma
All right.
waking up 1-1 right now between these two. This is quite a match here between them.
So it feels like Scrawt was hot coming from all those games that he played early, and Masoma might have been cold, but now he's finally woken up after getting last arc in the first set, so let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Oh, nice air-to-air there from Scrawt. Gonna catch it. And actually baiting out the crouching shield to go ahead and create this practically 4K of damage. Yep.
Another left-right. Same side. Does an air dash to bait the low shield. Masoma gets caught mashing during that. It was a frame trap. A lot of Noel's pressure now is established with a bunch of her staggers because she has quite a lot of multi-hitting moves. So it's kind of hard to determine, like, oh, can I mash here? Or what am I allowed to do? Unblockable, by the way.
Yes.
That's what happens when you jump too close to Vlov in the air projectile. Masoma drops his combo, though. Ooh, shield back, low shield. Just trying to maintain space. Oh, my.
Oh, the short hop to the jump in. My goodness, Scrawt is playing out of his mind against Masoma, really calling out some of the defensive options. It's just crazy. Okay, stagger into the throw. Another thing that Scrawt has just been doing really well. Once again, calling out Masoma's shield. Tries to BC, but that delayed B follow-up actually catching Scrawt and punishing him for it. I think the first time that Masoma's been able to do so, and then doing the safe heat activation. But Scrawt now also activating heat and just gonna wait patiently and get that health back. Oh!
Nice confirm. He's not dead, but it's very close. Now Scrawt has no meter. Oh! Nice fadeaway jump B from Masoma. All right, 1 round apiece. Looking pretty even so far, but Scrawt gets a bar because he lost the previous round. 5A anti-air. Let's see if he decides to spend the bar. Just go for the air throw ender. Nope, that's the 1 meter. All right, left, right incoming. Air dash back, trying to bait the low shield again. Masoma gets frame trap once again, trying to probably throw Scrawt because he's scared of the strike throw once again. Oh, yeah, goes for the reset, gets a standing throw. Moondrive activation through the jump C.
Both of them trade, but it's going to be a little bit in favor of Scrot. But the BC follow-up now getting really punished by Masoma at this point. That's a big change there. Going to go and get the safe heat activation. Moondrive activation, and now this is going to be a waste of heat as Masoma is going to just lose out on those resources and not get the health back.
Scrot going to keep up the pressure. He has a lot of meter. He tries to stagger his pressure a little bit too long. He gets counter hit. Gets hit by 2A. Back in the corner. Masoma's about to get one bar. Has to be careful.
Oh my goodness. Tried to wake up Moon skill there. And Masoma actually calling out and then shielding.
Oh, he's dead.
No, the reset.
It's okay. Yeah, it was another reset. All right, he was dead. Because Scrot tried to force a turn back with the Moon skill there, but Masoma had a read and he just low shielded it. Gets a guaranteed punish, but he did drop the combo in the end there because he tried to Moondrive activate to get a little bit more meter to make sure he gets the kill there. Okay. All right, so Masoma Moondrives there. He gets a full confirm. Oh my god, that does so much. All right.
All right, Moondrive activated now on Scrot's end. Tried to catch something from Masoma, but wasn't just able to. Instead, gonna fall and get hit by this conversion. Masoma backdashing a little bit, creating some space here, and that is gonna be death. Yep.
Nice. Good confirm from Masoma to see that Scrot was within air unblockable distance, and now Masoma is on tournament point, but Scrot's not gonna make it easy. He's gonna make sure he gets as much use as he can from all 4 of those bars. Oh. Punishes Scrot from doing high shield with the 2B right after. He caught Scrot holding it instead of just trying to tap. Left, right incoming. DP gets punished.
Yeah,
let's go.
This is huge for Masoma. Definitely waking up and smelling the coffee right here.
Uh-oh,
Moondrive activation tries to anti-air Scrot from coming down.
Nice.
The BC follow-up gonna get punished by Scrot.
All right, gonna spin a bar. Left, right incoming. Stays on the same side. Tries to crush the low shield there. Masoma, oh, it's time to get thrown. Time for throw loops? No. Just trying to stagger so Masoma can't match. He jumps out instead. Very nice defense. Good backdash again. Anti-air from the Rekka. Oh, gets hit by max range 2C.
Oh, this is not looking good for Masoma right now, as Scrot has 4 bars of meter. Gonna use that for Spar to go ahead and get the key setup. Tries to do the left-right mix-up there. Gonna grab instead for the fatal counter. And there you go. Scrot staying alive into this final round of this game.
Masoma's trying to match, fuzzy match 5A there. All right. All right, low shields. The fireball gets in. Yep, Scrot gets his turn. Masoma holding low shield, not ready to shield back, gets hit by the A launcher. So Scrot's just gonna probably spin a bar to make sure Masoma stays in the corner. Very nice. Safe jump set up. Let's see if he tries to bait low shield again. No, just jump C. Oy. All right, shield back.
Nice shield back. Okay, Blood Heat activated now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that is...
He just held low shield there. Oh my. All right, blocks the overhead, spin meter, yep. All right. Hey.
The DP into the key there to keep it safe as well as continue combo. We're gonna convert off of it, tries to safe jump in.
All right, so Masoma doing his best to down back. A lot of Scrot's pressure. Scrot waiting for Masoma to land. Good wait. Shield, BC. Good block of the BC by Scrot afterwards. Masoma charges for a bit, tries to anti. Oh, fadeaway jump B, no confirm. Unblockable coming.
Yep,
let's go. All right, so let's see if Masoma decides to spin. He's dropping combos, please, bro.
That isn't something you don't want to do. Oh my god! The steer down, the small slight steer down, and Scrot's gonna win that interaction. Safe heat activated right now from Scrot. Gonna go in, dash for the throw.
Stagger.
Staggers all over the place. Heat activated from Masoma. Good choice.
All right. Fadeaway jump B. Gonna confirm. He's probably gonna try to arc drive. He drops it again. He's gonna spend meter. There we go. That's fine.
Oh, the B follow from full screen too.
Wait. He just got hit by the key raw. He might activate Moondrive to try to kill.
Yep. And there it goes. Has 1 bar of meter.
Not enough. All right, last chance here for Masoma. Wake up 5A! Scrot tried to throw him. All right, Masoma has 1 more chance here. Left-right mix-up incoming. No, he drops it.
No.
All right, let's see if Masoma decides to Moondrive.
The backdash avoiding the key completely. Scrot has 2 keys available too.
Oh,
Heat activated.
That was just close enough to hit. Okay, all right. Masoma still has a bar.
Oh, the clock!
Wait.
Is this that?
It's close.
Oh,
it's very
this is
close.
so close.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Wow!
And Masoma wins Melty Blood Type Lumina at CEOtaku 2022.
Wow!
That scramble at the end was terrifying
Oh my god, my heart's like beating so hard right now.
because he tried to elongate his combo so that way he could probably kill and stretch out the time.
Yeah.
But because he had used up all his hit stun, Scrawt was able to tech out. And in that situation, Masoma tried to meet him in the air so he couldn't throw out a key. Because I think if he blocked the key, he probably would have lost enough life to lose the round.
Yeah.
Based off time, but Masoma was just like, I'm just gonna meet you in the air and make you block something, which is terrifying because like if you're wrong, Scrawt just gets a hit and like he moves on to tie it up to 2-2. So that's really scary. But good foresight from Masoma to make sure he uses all his resources. Was kind of scary. The first set didn't go his way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad Masoma finally able to beat Scrawt at one of these majors, because I feel like the last couple of majors they were at, Scrawt usually beats Masoma in grand finals.
So if we're looking back from the beginning of the year to now, we're talking about Frosty Faustines. We're talking about Combo Breaker. We're talking, I'm sure, one of those in between before EVO, and then of course there was EVO with all of like practically world talent coming in and then playing Melty Blood. And then, of course, now we come here. CEO, I believe, was also one, too, where I don't think Masoma won.
No.
Yeah, so, that's another thing, too, where Masoma not being able to win that major. And then, of course, we come here. We fast forward to ECT. Scrawt was not at ECT, but instead, Masoma still having quite a big bracket of top 8 to actually, like a powerhouse top 8 to actually go through for. And then now here at CEOtaku really showcasing that coming out on top from Scrawt. So that was a really accomplished thing. Like I mentioned before when we were starting to watch Scrawt and I believe and Masoma before this grand finals, it's almost as if they're like just rivals, just by their player level.
Yes, because they're always meeting each other in winners finals.
Yeah.
Sometimes loser finals, depending on, I think it was Combo Breaker where they met in
Yes.
losers finals and Scrawt beat him. And that's where Scrawt went on to win Combo Breaker. But they're constantly in top 3. They're always beating people to make sure that they're always fighting each other on the grand stage. So it's good to see that they're constantly pushing each other to be the best players that they can be, because I know a lot of people are just like, oh, this game is kind of like topsy-turvy. No one knows who's going to win. But because after a certain point, you kind of know who's the strongest right about now, because they've been consistent for like the last almost 6-7 months since the first patch update we got in January of this year.
I will say, I remember when Melty Blood came out and we were watching all of these tournaments come out, a lot of them were saying, oh, it's like the same players in these top 8s. But if anything, since the last 2 patches from both EVO to now, it has not been the same players. It's, yes, you see this familiar names, but we keep seeing more people improve in these top 8s.
Yes.
From both online and offline. So really exciting to see. In a short moment, we're going to be transitioning to the award ceremony. Our players are just lining up on stage. It's such an amazing feat to see it. Also, for those that don't know, this is the first time Melty Blood Type Lumina is here at CEOtaku. So this is quite a momentous occasion for the community, for these players themselves, and of course, hopefully getting to see more of this game out here onto these majors, especially going into year 2 of just off-season tournaments. Sorry, or rather, on-season tournaments, offline tournaments.
Offline tournaments. They're knocking over the camera. Melty Blood players cannot... They cannot coordinate themselves on stage. They don't perceive anything else that's in front of them other than the screen. And sometimes even that's pretty hard. I've seen Melty Blood players get hit by Last Arc when blood heat exists, but that's whatever. We'll take it over to Tong right now, but I guess they're still trying to get set up.
I'm sure, yeah. It's, of course, making sure everybody's lined up correctly, looking all pretty for the cameras and all that.
I know production's freaking out right now because like we're off center and they're like, oh my God, what's happening? What's going on? But, we got to make the best of what we can do, and we're making sure that, a good product is brought to you. Thank you all for joining us here so far.
Absolutely.
Waiting to get the top 8, their medals. And
those medals look awesome, by the way.
What's it called? It's
like the JoJo style. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and transition to
let's
Tom.
give it up for top 8 from Melty Blood.
Whew. What a top 8.
Coming in at 7th place, we have Yui.
Yui playing Power Tail. Great performance today.
Yes.
Hopefully they can make top 8 at other majors that they decide to go to.
Absolutely.
Also in 7th place, Mcconnell.
What a a strong Arcueid player. Another player also doing
Coming in at
exceptionally
fifth.
well.
Medusa.
This is Medusa's, I believe, third offline major tournament, getting
Also in
top
fifth,
8 for
Lucy.
2 of them.
Nice.
CEO, I believe they got top 4. Lucy, also another
For
strong
fourth
player
place.
in their own right.
Infinity.
The Neco-Arc leader. Let's go. Fourth place indeed.
Coming in at third, Lunar.
Lunar always showing how strong they are with their Dead Apostle Noel. The player is very, very good. They're making sure that their
second
characters
place.
represented well.
Scrawtvermillion.
Scrot, one of the 2 proponents of this top 8, showing that like
And
they're always here.
CEOtaku 2022 Melty champion, Masoma.
And of course, Masoma taking another tournament, showing his prowess, making
Congratulations to
sure
all
that
top 8.
you
Thank you so
know
much.
that he's
Give it
not
up
just
one
a
more
Melty
time.
Blood player. He's very well vetted in other games, DNF, Blaze Blue.
And
as
starring
well.
Guilty Gear Strive, I saw him yesterday competing in Strive.
I haven't seen him play Strive yet, so he's actually taking the time to use his youth, because he's fairly young, so he can play a lot of games at this point.
Yep.
A lot of people can't do that anymore, but they're making sure that you know, they get the most out of their time, because now that the pandemic is kind of well, the pandemic's not over.
Yes.
We're trying to figure out what we can do in terms of events. So we don't know when we're going to have, you know, all these offline tournaments as stable as they are right now. So
Correct.
you take the time to play what you want as often as you want.
Absolutely.
As long as you take the proper precautions. But I'm glad that we're able to come back to CEOtaku. It's been 3 years since the last one, and it seems like it's grown over the course of, you know, the last. Well, because everyone was in the pandemic and we were quarantined and hunkered down, everyone was just like, we don't know what's going to happen again, so let's all just show up. And there's quite a lot of people here compared from 2019.
Absolutely, including that this was probably the highest attendance
Yes.
for CEOtaku. But with that being said, what an amazing top 8. And again, thank you so much for tuning in and joining us and enjoying these matches. And of course, congrats to Masoma and to all of the top 8 players. With that being said, we're going to go ahead, head off. But don't go anywhere. We're going to have Blaze Blue's Central Fiction top 8 after this ad.